Yo, what you saying? The Triple B right here. Yeah, I ain't sure about this outfit, man. Whatever. It cost me £1 in Poundland. Can y'all hear me? Because I sound muffled. You know what? I was doing this live for 5 minutes, answering all the questions, and then I realized that I wasn't live. I was talking to myself. A-double-B, Sunday Corey Ashton. Yeah, in the house. In the house. Missy Rara, this notification right up. A shitty day for me. Kind of hope you get a drink on Triple B for Giggle Valley. Not yet. It's been a month now. My boy Nadav. I wish you all happy and healthy Corey's for the coming week. Yeah, because Tyson will come and measure it, blood. Andrew's been very generous. It's Corey Sunday. That's right. Be careful. Tyson coming. Don't worry about no rain. Looks like Triple E was doing some yayo on this live, unless he has a story with Porky. Forget about Porky, man. Forget about Porky. So what's up, man? What's been going on? Can you hear me okay, number one? Otherwise, I'll change the outfit. I'll pause it. I don't know about this look, man. It was £1 in Poundland. You get me? So I got it. But yeah, it looks quite creepy. It looks like one of those guys in Flash Gordon. You remember that weird film? It was really camp. Yeah, really camp. About this hunk who gets captured by some camp guys. It's really weird, man. What you saying, my Corey? Yeah, I'm good, man. The Corey status is okay. It's okay, the Corey status. Nothing much going on, man. Been a shit week in boxing. Okay, now I just want everyone to tell me that they can hear me okay, because, you know, to me, I sound a bit muffled, okay? It looks shit. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing this one again. This is a one-off, man. This is a one-off. My boy, Satnav, Simo. In England or the UK, Corey is another name for your tool. That's right. That's why it's rhyming slang. Corey something. I can't remember what it is, man. Jose Correa. What are you saying, mate? Where's the Ben's B sample? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The thing is, it was a voluntary test, Vada, right? So maybe, is there a B sample with a voluntary test? If so, I don't know, man. They might just pass it on purpose and it'll be crooked. My boy Jay Dev. Sorry. When you say video, it stirs so much anger inside me. Why is that? What is the word video? Can you imagine being so, like, traumatized by a word? Why? Tell me, Jay Dev. Sofala Bolja, Wagwan, beautiful people. Don't trust the mainstream media. That's probably one of the most important things that we said today, at least to normies. Okay? Oh, Jay, get that mask off Triple B. It sounds awful. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll change it, man. Big up, bro. Yes, Scotty. Shall I change it? Is it that bad? You tell me. I'll change it quickly. No problem. You can have Gay Jay if you want. Oh, no, my boy Harry Cross says, coming over loud and clear, lad. So I'll keep it for the time being. If I get some complaints apart from RJ, it might just be a hater. I'll take it off, yo. Good evening, Triple B, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's right, man. Mark, yes, Triple B on a Sunday night. Yeah, bro. I was going to do one last night, you know, after the UFC, but, you know, I wasn't feeling it, man. Wasn't feeling it. AW, big up the video. Cool. Yeah. Who was it who got all upset? RJ, get that. No, not RJ. J-Dav. J-Dav, when you say video, it stirs anger. Yeah, man, you must be some fragile thing, blood. Imagine if I said the N-word. Blood clot. What a bomber clot. Pussy-o. Ain't that bad. Looks legit. Okay, we'll keep it. All good, brother, says my boy Scotty. Huh? Missy Rara talking about Ben's sample. Miraculously find a clean B sample. Yeah, if he does the right thing. He's clearly upset someone. Yeah? So they have published the test. Okay? And no one fails unless they upset someone up there, right? So who is he upset? And can he make it up? Yeah, he probably has to do something disgusting. Machiavelli, Chaldy, change it. What does that mean, Chaldy, blood? J-Dav is boiling over. What? Because say the word video. Blood clot. Can you explain more, please? Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Yeah. They used to have a word that used to be able to call Spurs fans, but you can't anymore. It's banned. So, you know what I'm saying? I can't say it. What you all think about, I don't know, man. Chisora. Tyson saying that he slept with Chisora. I don't even like this mask because it doesn't move when I speak. Well, obviously, you know, this band, it's one of them banned words. One of them banned words. Yeah, man, stop speaking in riddles, Machiavelli. What does fish and rice mean? This sounds fine with the mask. The voice is clear. All right, we're going to keep the mask for the time being. To be honest, it's not comfortable. I was like, you know, this ain't the right thing. But I had like 5 minutes to get online. Usually I like prepare more, you get me? And I thought I can't let me fans down. All right? So it's about me fans, really. Yes. My boy, Faz Magarico. Did I pronounce that right? Hello, bro. What's up, my man? Good to have you here, blood. Haven't seen you, but I don't think, but thank you. Wagwan Macedon say, Chip Hobby, have you seen Beyonce Waters' music video? He's all right. See you next Tuesday. Oh, yes, I have. And I'll probably have to do a video on it. And then there's Gage's rap as well. I mean, I don't know. Why do these guys of that community always want to, you know, they always want to be a rapper or just be a boxer, blood? Huh? Yeah, they used to. I mean, they used to call themselves that. I know, but you know, this is the era when speech has been censored totally. Let's toss with a trip. But yeah, is anyone getting on it? YAYO? Huh? Hopefully not. YAYO, the Greens, get the drink on. I know Missy Rara. Yeah, I know you like to do your substances, blood, but I hope you're not on them today, yo. Tyson's giving his pal final petty. Yeah, what'd you think about that story? I did a video on it. Yeah, my boy J Dab's getting those. Oh, don't say that thing. I'm doing a video on it, yo. And you know, he was joking, but he said, "Oh yeah, we slept together." I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Lol, yeah, that's fine. Chisora is a mingle. Man, he's just a waste of time. You got another posh guy. Hugh Jensen the Herbicide. Good day, sir. And good day to you. I don't mind a posh guy, as long as he's not elitist. Ha! Wagon, bro. Wagon to you, fams. Okay. Miss Rara, the only girl in the house as far as we know. But apparently, according to my data, I love data, by the way. I love data will set you free. I've become okay with it because of the belief he's giving Dell the payday, to be honest. Whatever. You know, whatever. I don't think it'll even happen, man. Is Tyson the nut of the ball? That's a good expression for are you the pitcher or the catcher? Huh? Are you the plug or the socket? All right. What are the other ones? Are you the postman or the mailbox? I don't know. I have to ask Chisora. Chippy, how long you go for tonight? Whether or not it's worth popping to the office and get my drink on. 2 hours, I reckon, is probably likely. I get into it. The thing is, this mask is not very comfortable. How far is the offie, blood? That's what you got to weigh up, bro. Yeah, run like Forrest Gump. Run! My boy, Jack Hoffman, Wagon is in the house. My boy Jack has been very generous with the Bitcoin love. And there's an address if anybody wants Bitcoin down in the description, okay? Huh? And you will see something else new there. Let someone look at the description and see if they spot something. Fury, Phasmagarical. I don't know how to Phasmagarical. Yeah, that's how I'm doing it. Fury thought about this 5 years ago. It's his pal. Death Row. Machiavelli's a real hater on this mask. You're moving worse than the YB bitch. Take the mask off. Does he move too much? I'm not going to take it off. You just want to see my boat race, man, which ain't going to happen. My boy Mo is on the greens. It's healthy for the Corey. I ain't sure about the health for the Corey. But, you know, if you're going to get into something and you don't do it too often, greens is probably the safer. So you puffing or eating? Hello, Hugh Jensen on the side. I'm enjoying a cigar. I've saved for the occasion. Super. Is there pork there too? I do like posh people, and they got nice houses, you know, with like cozy old furniture, and they're very polite, you know. I quite like posh people. Oh, Missy, no, come on, man. You've been on the YAYO. Oh, blood clot. Ooh, YAYO is generally one of the worst because it's so addictive. And I've been there, blood. So I pray for you that you find some way out of it. I do. I do. Without further ado, yes, my boy, Triple B. Yeah, what's up, bro? Good to have you here. My boy Kate Alexander was there. Man, like Triple B, good evening, bro. Good evening, blood. What do you think about the mask? I've been getting some it's okay, some haterism. I don't like it. I like to see my mouth move when I talk. I think my boy Kate Alexander was there for all 3 hours of the last live. So what's up, my man? Here comes J-Dav. Are you going to diss me now? She's already slurring like an alcoholic in a couple of years. Yeah, man. I mean, he's already slurring. If you notice his speech in the press conference, Frank Warren had to ask him about 3 times, what are you saying? What are you saying? You know, and he's talking like he got porridge in his mouth. It's no good. He's got loads of money, man. There's no money. £7 million is not, when you've already got, I don't know, what's he earned? Like, what do you think? 20 million? More? You know, more probably. It's not worth the brain damage now. Come on, man. Oh, my boy Brian says, Brian, hit me up with that ting, the domain ting. Thoughts on R. Kelly. He's a nonce blood, and we knew that for years, man. He was protected, and then they had to hang him. They're all nonsense. Not all of them, but a lot of them in the industry. It's a prerequisite for power that you have to prove yourself to be blackmailable and that you will do anything to get power and money, that you're that degenerate. That's why noncery is so important to the elitists. Do you see what I mean? Because then they've got you and they know you're wrong and they know you'll do anything for the money and the power. Okay? And then they can blackmail you. That's what the Epstein thing was all about. Everyone should know that. Adari Pennant. Anything to Jimmy? What is a Persian woman, Punani? So I've never been with an Arabic or Persian woman, blood, so I can't tell you. I mean, that was mainly pink for me. My name is a mushroom ting. Oh, okay. A Garrick is a type of what's it called? Magic mushroom, My boy Merle in the house, a wiser man. I do both smoking edibles, very delicious. Are you in the UK or? Because in the States and the US, you can get it. You can buy edibles, right? Why is Machiavelli's been a real hater today? He's bored. What? Blood, don't hang out. I don't know why you've been such a bad. You've been on the YAYO all night and you're in a bad mood. Okay, wait up. G-Unit. My boy, Mark in the house. Big up Triple B has given me 5 hours. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I didn't even have to mention it. 12 and a half minutes in and my boy's giving me a super shekel. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that. There's Cash App as well. I usually bring up my iPad so I can tell if someone cashes up during that. But that way you don't pay no, what's it called? They don't take nothing off the top, YouTube. But thank you so much, bro. Anyone else is welcome. There's also Bitcoin and Cash App. Also, check out my description. See if you notice any different, man. Missy Rara, it's a problem for me. I'm with you, honestly. You're kind. You're obviously, you've been here a lot on the chats. It's a dark thing. It's hard. You got to get away from people that do it. But the thing is, when you're really into it, you do it on yourself anyway. But yeah, it's different. There's no magic. Machiavelli, I'm out. Good. Go away, man. If you're going to be bitter all the time. I don't know why you're so bitter, man. Ain't no lie without Lee Talks Boxing, am I right? Lols, if I drink or do YAYO, come on, man. That's good. Lee don't do that thing, and he's right. I would change my life totally if I could go back. But what I know now, I didn't know then. So. Hugh Jensen homicide. Hello. One like to get one's drink on, and I'm partial to dabble in the greens on Friday. Super. I like the way you can actually, because the problem with greens is that it's not that bad. It's that people start doing it all the time, again and again and again, and like greens can take a bit of your magic away, man. But if you just do it on Friday, that's pretty good, man. Yeah. I like to get one's drink on. That's cool, man. I like that, man. Machiavelli, it's at the airport. You don't need to now shut up. That's right. I don't know why it's so bitter. He's asked good question. I don't know. He's been on the YAYO, man. He can't handle it. That's what it is. Oh, no. Come on, my boy. Andrew, my boy Andrew. £20 for the Fury-Chisora pay-per-view. This may be, I don't know, I say that now, but I was going to go, this may be the one boxing event I don't buy, but I know what I'm like. Even though it's whack, at least you can watch Chisora take a beat down. Thank you so much. If you remember, Andrew gave me 20, no, it's more than that, it's $26.95, plus another tenner to pay for my, was it Usyk Joshua fight. Thank you, brother. That's so good, bro. Yeah, that's real generous, man. I really appreciate it. Adele Pennant talks about pum pum. What does all the different human race women punani smell like? If you clean it, don't smell of anything. That's all it is. They're from Greece, right? Gordon Dawn. My boy Lee talks bossy. And I think I do is vape when my girl offers me the vape kit. Oh, you gotta go. You ain't a neat like Triple B. Damn. You should join the neat life, bro. I hope you've seen my triple Bateman video. If you know anything about American Psycho, it should make you laugh. But yeah, good. Live your life clean, bro. Yeah, I just got to say again once more, I got to say thank you to Andrew because that's such a generous gift. I've had a lot of generosity, by the way. And like I'm doing a thank you for when I reach. I was going to do it when I reached 2,500, but all the subs started coming in, and I thought, well, okay, I've got so much to do now. I've almost launched a stall, and yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so when I have 3,500, I'll do an update of thanks and thanking all the people and all the donors and what's going on with the financials in the Triple B world. Because this is a community, by the way. Dancing Bear, big up Andrew, support the Triple. Yeah, man. You know, there's been some real good support. And like I said, I'm going to thank anyone when I get the 3,500. Seen and unseen boxing. Salute. Hello, brother. My posh friend. Chechenese Dagestani scuffle, splendid. It's very convincing. Chechenese Dagestani scuffle, splendid. See the UFC last night. Yeah, actually, I hadn't thought about that. I didn't realize they're from different tribes because it's always the tribes that are real close that hate each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people always hate their neighbors, don't they? But yeah, there wasn't much of a scuffle, but it's good to see a bit of beef. I want to see Habib jump over, though, to be honest with you. Despite Trippy doesn't illegally stream those pay-per-views, I sometimes do. But if I really want to fight, I just get nervous that it'll drop out. I'm a neat. I don't do much except do some videos, do some lives, and watch boxing. Go out for 20 minutes and get scared about how crazy the world is. But yeah, I do sometimes. I watch the UFC on a stream, okay, and that was perfect throughout. But I just get nervous a couple of times. It froze for about maybe 2 seconds, but that was enough to make me think. If that was a big boxing fight, I'd be like, stop. So I pay the money, man. I don't spend much money, man. Now, especially now I'm not getting my drink on. What do? I sit in front of my computer, something like 14 hours a day, blood. I make some food. That's it, man. Yeah. Get some dog food in the dog bowl, innit? Okay. Who we got here? How did I plan out? If Bellator UFC 1 year did not exist, would you have a lot more boxing matches? No, I don't believe so. I don't really make much difference at this point. We'll see what happens in the long run because the youngsters are definitely more UFC MMA. So, but it's the fault of boxing for not giving the big fights. Dan James, in the future, boxers will not fight division by weight, but by the size of their Corey. You know, Billy Hardy, the ginger guy, he was 9 stone. He was a good boxer, but he did beat Orlando Canizales, but he lost the decision, where he got flattened in the rematch. And he got knocked out in a round by Nazim Hamed at his prime. Apparently, he's got a massive Corey, and he's only a bantamweight featherweight. So, Billy Hardy would be up there fighting Guido Vianello for the Corey Championship. I mean, that's another thanks from my boy Andrew. Says thanks, Dancing Brave. Yes. Lee talks boxing. The neat life's not for me, bro. I don't mind being around normies, to be honest. Blood clot. The shock. They're probably quite young. That's why, blood. I don't know, man. They'll take your toll. It's a red pill. They'll take your toll. I didn't think I'd be a neat, but it's just a way. Like the neat. I didn't choose the neat life. The neat life chose me. You feel me? It's not my choice. It wouldn't be your choice if you go down that path, blood. But you're young, so you probably want pum pum. That's it. It's a pum pum thing, isn't it? Stuarty does. Good to see you. You yet? Come on, man. I start to read that. I ain't reading that. No, I'm not into that, man. Come on, man. Be serious, blood. It's just a man anyway, blood clot. It's a guy from Gold Teeth from Snatch. Isn't that like Goldie? The rapper from Bristol? I have my boy VP75. What's up, bro? Love the Gay J Shorts video. A lot of people liked it. It's not my song, but I think I made it a lot better. It got like 35 or something thousand views. Yeah. A lot of people laughing, going, you know what? In the comments, they're like, going, you know what? Now you mention it, I'm like, it took this video. Quite obviously, he's a batty man's. Stu does. I'm heavyweight. My core is a super heavyweight though. Well, does that leave some lucky lady out there? As long as you're not a neat like Triple B. Yo, Andrew, Gay J used to be taking TUEs. He's fighting at a light feather. Yeah, that's right. Gay J is therapeutic usage exemption. And he's got underdeveloped genitals. It's not just his testicles that shown. Like bodybuilders always have no testicles. He had an underdeveloped Corey, so he's got no chance. No chance. No chance in the Corey fighting business. Being around normies is a head nod for me, Patrick. Me too. I can stand a bit of it. As long as they're not too bad and start preaching about, like, how I need to take this and this kind of stuff and what a bad person I am for laughing at the nonsense that they believe in. So and the normies that will listen a bit to red pill stuff, they may not take it on immediately, but at least go, okay, that's quite interesting. Yeah. I mean, like, we all start as normies in some way, don't we? Until we get red pilled. Big up Stan Dory says to big up Charlie Z the goat. What's happened to that boy? Did he get arrested for stalking Beyonce or something? And I've got to be impressed with him because he's got a better chin than a Robert Hellenius, right? He took a couple of cracks off Deontay. Oh, Lee Talks Boxing, great question. Charlie Z, the Z man, these maximum jerk-offs. Who you got? I mean, in a boxing match or in the street, because that's two different things. In a boxing match, I mean, Max is so bad that Charlie's not so much of a boxer, he's more of a slugger, and he'll catch you by surprise. But I think Charlie takes it on work rate. Outside the ring, I don't know, man. He took Deontay Wilder's punch, didn't he? So it's Goldie from Bristol. I never knew that. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure he is, but I might be confusing him with some other guy. Who's that really tall guy? They had a Bristol scene for a bit. I may be wrong, so check it out. Dancing Bread. Charlie's just an actor playing a character he's been given. That's a big suspicion, yeah. I wonder whether he made any money out of it. I mean, he was all over the place. It's crazy that a guy that loony can make it, man. Okay, Daddy Pedant. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman needs to be fired from boxing, and he's a batty man. Listen, if they fired all the batty man in boxing, the heavyweight division would be empty. Yeah? Who'd be left? J Dev. Let's actually have more questions. Joshua or White? Oh, good question. But I mean, for me, Joshua's clearly a batty man, whereas I think White could be one of those who does both sides, although maybe straight. I don't believe in all that buy this, do that, try this, If you get up to a batty business, you're wrong, and that's all there is, man. Stan reckons Charlie Z-Man all day over Max Jenkins. Yeah, I think it's a good fight. We need to see it. I do not know his name. It's Goldie. Golden Tooth Goldie, yeah. My boy. I haven't seen my boy Larry for a bit. Larry Jablinski. Chippy, how do you rate Ricardo Mayorga as a fighter? Do you think he'd hand out a few beatings to today's welterweight division? The welterweight division is a very tough division now. Mayorga's wild and was throwing crazy shots. When he knocked out, was it Vernon Forrest? That's pretty nuts. I mean, he's a fun guy. He's a mushroom. He was a fun guy. I mean, he was just good fun, but he wasn't that big at the top. He tried MMA, but got slapped out for a bit, actually. I think it was about Ronnie Size. I'm not Ronnie Size. I know Ronnie Size. I'm talking about there's a tall black guy, mixed race. I like Triple B, although I don't think it's from Mozambique. He's tall. He's tall. He used to dance. I think he might. Oh, I don't know. Was he? I don't know, man. He used to dance, move his legs around. That's all I know. That Bond movie. What is it called? I don't know. Golden something. Okay. Stan W. Where's Eddie Hill's gone? 5-0, 3 by way of from Billericay. You're actually wrong here. First of all, he is 5-0. He was 4-0, but now he's 5-0. But it's 4 by way of because he stopped Frank Smith, didn't he, with a body shot? So if you count that, that's 5 wins, 4 by way of from Billericay. I mean, being on all seriousness, right? If you was a heavyweight amateur and he had 4 fights and he won 3 by stoppage, people would be like, "Ooh, we need to avoid this guy. He's quite dangerous." It's such a lie. It's pathetic. Current Mayorga might be Crawford's next cherry pick. Who knows? He's fighting Avanesyan, right? Is that right? I mean, I like Avanesyan, but he has to be a level below. Postman Pat should be Ghostface Killer. Are you responding to my question? I didn't mean that, but yeah, Ghostface Killer. I don't know, man. I don't know if I think this is a one-off, this mask. I don't really like it. Kevin N. Triple B. Do you think Juggernaut Joyce can take Wilder's power shots? That's a good question. He has been hurt before, Joyce. He's been on the floor a couple of times in WSB. I think Kuzmin and someone else. He got up and fine. He got stopped, didn't he, by Kuzmin? Yeah, Jay stopped him in the amateurs, but that's probably just an amateur stoppage when they just throw too many shots. And also, I think his chin's got better, possibly because of PDs and experience. They say he's got a 5 times thicker skull density. I don't believe that, obviously. But could he take his shots? And the key with Wilder is just not to get hit by the shots. Could he take a clean, straight one on the chin? I don't know, man. Some people say Wilder's power's exaggerated and there's a lot of fixed fights. I don't know. I don't know. I think he should just stay away from them. That's a dangerous fight for anyone, Wilder. Dancing Brave. If you turn up to Wilder's gym to fight him, it's a stage, yeah. It's funny Wilder abusing his fan. I got Wilder's number in my phone. Yeah. I don't know. In those days, you can always. I mean, listen, man. When Epstein's Black Book came out, yeah, and it was still a rumor. So I found the Black Book unredacted, and there were numbers there to Barry Hearn, Prince Andrew, Buckingham Palace, all these famous people. So it's not that difficult to get someone's number. The other thing that's really weird, Wilder puts on a glove, but he puts on like the wrong, he puts like a right glove or left glove on the right hand, and it's really bizarre. It does the kangaroo. I don't know what's set up or not, but I just don't take it that seriously. You should dance and move. That's what the wheelchair DJs are, man. I can't remember. He'll come to me, man. I wish I had my iPad. I'd check it out, but I think I left it somewhere else in the basement. Yawampe. Hello. What are you doing? What is with the mask? With the amount of trolling, you do it appropriate. I always wear, some kind of mask, man. Stay anonymous, and you can never stay totally anonymous, but you can do what you can. And why would anyone want to be famous? Or I'm not like who's that guy? Michael the Emperor. Do you think if I interview Nipsey Hussle, I'll get famous? It's not like that, bro. Blue Nose, Mucker, you got powers. You said it and said it first. Last few videos have proved they're all bumming each other civilly. Gold is from Coventry. Started with graffiti, then music and films. Okay, well, there you go. I said I wasn't sure about the Bristol connection, but I knew he wasn't like London. Thomas Langshaw. Oh, nice name. Well, no homo. Nice posh name, English name. Will Parker start declining in the rankings from now? Where does he go now? White rumors. The truth is Parker should retire. He's had enough decent paydays. Money goes quite a long way. He said it himself. I've got more than enough money. Go look after your family and start hanging out with Tyson and getting your Corey measured. Go back to New Zealand, man. For crying out loud. Hello, you. Jensen homicide. 5 times bone density. It was 5 times Corey density. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, if that's biological. I mean, I don't know, man. And you got to suspect Joe Joyce to be on the the PEDs, right? And that shrinks Corey stays. Nadal Drew in the house, good man. That's why I like Boys. Generous donations to the Corey Fund. Yeah, Nadal's been very generous as well. Got loads of cash out. Always thank you. Like you are riding high in the charts of donations. It's all coming out, bro. There's some real generous donors. But you know what I noticed? I don't know. I'm going to crunch all the data. I'll be relearning Excel and spreadsheets and pivot tables. I'm quite rusty, but I love the data, man. And there's some interesting stuff that's been spat out. So I'm going to do a whole video on the data and the financials for me funds. Stan Darby, Elizabeth N. What are you talking about? I don't know. I missed something, man. Adari Pennant. Joe Joyce chin vs Deontay Wild hand. What battle that would be? As I said, Joe Joyce should aim not to get chin checked at all. Okay, but he gets caught a lot in the early rounds, so you should spend the early rounds because he's a bit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's a mental thing or whatever. But I've seen a video of him boxing. A guy's name I can't remember, but it's early on. I think it's 5th fight, and he's he's light on his toes. He can do it. He should just. I don't think he'll be able to stop getting hit, but he should aim not to get hit. But that's a great fight. I got Joe Joyce vs everyone except that includes Usyk. He's 50 pounds heavier. 50 pounds heavier. I think Joyce would beat everyone except Tyson Fury, and he still has a chance. And Wilder is to me such a weird one. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wilder's got a chance against anyone. They're the only 2 guys I think that stand in the Jugger Chad's way. Double RH25. Triple B, you're going to take up Porky's offer to have a live chat with him now he's 100% off the block. He needs to be VADA tested to make sure he's not 100% off the block. I mean, I don't know, man. What would I? Firstly, he said he didn't say he'd have a live chat. Recognize. He didn't say he'd have a live chat. He said, he would do a Zoom with a Triple B. Okay, and then he put it on his channel. Well, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, you might. Why must it be used for your channel? Why must my views, me funds, and the views it will create go to your channel? You might say I've got more subscribers. Yeah, you've been doing this for like 5 years, blood. 6 years actually. The Triple B's been doing this for like 8 or 9 months, and he took a month off. And he's got a third of more than a third of your subs. I hate getting into this, but I don't know, man. I would do it. Maybe we could do a Zoom. We both put it on our own channels. So I put it on my channel, he puts it on his channel. Maybe that. I don't really know what to talk to him about, I don't know, man. I'm not that interested. I'd rather hang out with, like, I don't know. Ty and Booth said he'd do it, a thing. I'd rather hang out with him in real life and just kick the ballistics. I don't know really. I got to get out of my basement anyway. Elizabethan's on the Elizabeth Rain and Woodin's on the. No, I get that. Oh, right, Charlie's on the Ponce Charlie's Rain. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, absolutely. I still can't get used to that King Charles III. Oh, hang on. I think I've got someone in the house. I got to catch up. I'm so far behind. Oh boy, Postman. Pat 5 euros. Triple B grind unmatched for the fans. Half a time's live at Triple B base. Big up, God bless. God bless you too, brother. God bless you too. God bless you. I mean that. Yeah, thank you. There was a lot of chat. I got dissed a bit. I was on it for a bit. I didn't really mind. Well, what? That's part of the game. I don't care. You're the little version of a time. Whatever, man. Whatever. But the fact that we're a bit eccentric. What? No one. Come on, blood. No one can speak the truth. But I don't care. To be honest with you, whatever, man. People have a dig at you. It's online world. The weird thing about Tan is he never answers any Corey questions. Huh? or battery business or trans, you know. No, he does sometimes, but he gets a bit nervous. When you talk about Gay J being a battery man, he doesn't like that. Thank you very much for the €5. Are you in Ireland, I'm guessing? Tell us where you're from, blood. And I say hi to your country, big that up. Okay, I missed a lot now. Blood clot. Oh, you see. Oh, my boy says, you're actually funny, mate. Well, thank you for that. I only get like one bad comment out of 100 bad comments. Like, let's imagine, yeah, in the comments, yeah, I got 10% of bad comments. I could take that. If I got 20%, I start thinking, shit, maybe I'm not cut out for this. If you get 50, it's like, go, you're no good. Oh boy, I've heard all sorts of wait at 3 a.m. Oh, this is see the shadow over your bed. Huh? Look at this. I said, get your Corey out. Yeah, I mean, that's scary. But funny enough, actually, 3 a.m. is a real witching hour. People, there's loads of songs about it. Eminem does a song. There's KLF, an old like kind of new age rave kind of group. KLF is going to rock you. You remember that? Probably not if you're young. It's 3 a.m. Eternal. KLF is going to rock you. It's 3 a.m. is the witching hour when all the rituals happen. Hello, Emperor Michael's voted 83rd most eligible bachelor ever to wear. Well, obviously you'll know because you're posh, so you know Emperor Michael's the emperor. Yeah. The big, not too much Corey talk. The bigger the foot, the bigger the Corey. I'm size 11. I don't know what happened in Blessed, but mate, is it? You know, the thing is, right? If a woman knows how to use her pom-pom, she can grip it. Yeah. If you put, a finger or something inside a woman, she get excited. If you know how to do it, you tickle it like that. I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff, but yeah, So what is? Oh, you need a massive Corey. Like if a woman just she knows how to use her pom-pom, it don't matter. You could have a Corey like Sonny Edwards and still, well, okay, maybe not Sonny, but maybe a Coogan, maybe, I don't know. And you can satisfy the right woman. Jablinski. Did you see Kevin De Bruyne's black eye? Oh, no. Did you all see another celebration? No. Oh, shit, man. Today, I got some paper and a pen, so I'm going to write down things I got to check out. I didn't see that because I don't watch football. It's just bread and circus BS. I might watch some... when I do watch it, I watch it to see what they're pushing. So I watched the World Cup parts of it. Kevin De Bruyne, one eye. Yeah, okay, I'll check that out, blood. Yeah, well, that's no surprise either. Should be putting the plastic in the right bins for the environment. I'll do a video on Savannah Marshall and Peter Fury and how the NWO plants. It's coming up. Andrew, Eddie says, fuck. Yeah, Eddie can fuck himself, man. They would compare Corey's locker room to Gad. Yeah, he's very creepy, the Gad, Gary Davis, also known as Gareth A. Davis, who's a polo fan. Seems to me that Joe Joyce would rather fight Usyk than Fury. He called that Usyk all the time, doesn't? Yeah, that's interesting. I think he believes Usyk is an easier fight because of the size difference, and he obviously felt some strength in the WSP when they fought. My boy Nadav. Nadav's a bright guy. He's been with the Chip Beef for some time. You put the zoom out on your channel as well, Triple B. You do the live chat with Forky. You have the balls where all the others don't. Prove your authority. That's interesting. So what you do is we both have a Zoom, and you can put it out live on the channel. Is that what you're saying? Like, so it will come out like live as we talk, and you can do it as well. So go on both our channels if you like. Yeah, that'd be a tough one. I mean, I don't mind. Being put on the spot and handing questions and whatnot is fine now, but he's the one who should be worried because he ain't the sharpest tool in the box. You know what I'm saying? And he also deletes comments that Chubby don't do. You get me? So, does he do lives, Forky? He might do for his members, but I haven't seen him do one for the normal peasants like us. Charlie Z was friends with a guy named Frank Steer, says Little Musgrave, who is involved with Fury's camp. What the hell, really? That's how you got Boxer's numbers. He called Kelly Pavlik once. He's done a number of live. Okay, there's more to come. Streams with Shannon Briggs and Zab Judah in the last couple of years. I'll look it up, man. Yeah. He's a weird character. I mean, it's all set up, Charlie Z and people. I don't know. The question is how much is set up, yeah? Should be still off the drink. Yes, I'm not getting my drink on. I think it's been 28 days, a month, something like that. Talking about hot coals give out a large number of nostrils for a small amount of skag. Shoo, you're not posh anymore. What? Use the proper names. Heroin. It's not skag, it's heroin. It's not nostrils, it's oral pleasure. Ha! He's probably done worse, man. Especially in prison. Triple doesn't need print stuff to anyone. He doesn't. He must be able to put it on his own channel too. Absolutely. But that's what Nadav said. So, yeah. Harry Cross said, "You say your basement, don't you mean your mother's basement?" Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Why do you have to shame me? It's a Triple B's live, and you come and shame him. I don't think there's anything wrong with living in your mother's basement, you know. But my mother has been alive for 10 years. Like she, I can't really talk about it, but it smells in here. You know, it really smells in here. But yeah, I don't let anyone in here. But it basically, legally, this basement belongs to my mother. Yeah. This is a bit random, so I got to put it on a diary pen. Like, see, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Sega join forces to make Ultimate Console together. It's never going to happen. I mean, just big companies don't. K. Alexander, KLF is going to rock you, cause you have it. KLF was minting today. What other were their songs? Apart from the one I sang, 3 a.m. return. KLF is going to rock you. They burnt all that money, didn't they? Apparently, but they didn't. They burnt $1 million to show they didn't care. 3 a.m. return, yeah, but what was the other big one as well? They had another big one. But Barcelona, post on platform Barcelona, man. Keep it entertainment rolling. We hit the true faith. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much for the €5. I hope Barcelona is nice. I want to go there. I haven't been there, but obviously, I would have to leave my mother's basement. Pop bang says Disco Dave as usual. Simon the Catman says degenerates. I suppose you talk about KLF. I believe so now. I mean, at the time I thought, yeah. I believe all these so-called stars, pop stars, are degenerates. Should be the water posted that mask till this day. Yeah, it does look like a water app. I think it looks a bit demonic. I don't like that. I don't enjoy that look, to be honest with you. Chief Queef Chegwin. Wagwan niggle. All good, blood. All good. My boy, Bang Daddy Paddy. My boy, you said you was from Ireland. Did you see that Chris Johnson Water music video? Yeah, it's pathetic, man. Why do all these guys want to be rappers and R&B stars? Just box, blood. Oh, Disco Dave. Gareth, that's Gareth the Arsehole Davis. That's Gad, that's Gary Davis, as I call him. He's a Freemason bomb. Yeah, just look at his. 100%. Just look at his. He's got a website called Gareth A. Davis or something. Just search for him. He comes up. Says he's the most read journalist in Europe. I don't know how you get that data together, but obviously he isn't. He doesn't. To be the most read, sports journalist in Europe, you'd have to talk about football because that's the most popular sport. As if writing about polo or boxing in the UFC will be the most read. So it's just, but there's this weird picture of loads of wearing weird outfits and there's all kinds of symbols and signs as you'd expect. Yeah, go look at his rubbish website. He's clearly one of them. Today was a Rainbow Lace. Hugh Johnson homicide. Today was Rainbow Laces Day for the homosexuals in football. Was it? It's like every week. You remember when who was that? Blood clot. What's the name of that footballer? Right? Jamie Vardy, and there was a corner flag with a batty colours, and you went crash into his foot, smashed it to pieces. I had that on the old channel, and they forced me to take it down, or they took it down. All that, it's just insane. Can you imagine that? Something that's been on TV, and I made no comments. Yeah, there's no weird titles or nothing. It was just him smashing that batty business, yeah, and they took it down. Another one they took down on the old channel. This is why I have to keep it all boxing now. Is that there was who's that wrong'un? What's his name? The rugby guy, the Welsh rugby guy, the ginger Welsh rugby guy, who's a lucky man, who's now got the virus. And apparently he used to sit in the men's toilets. So they do lineups on him. Oh, it's so disgusting. And he was saying, I think his name is Gareth something as well, isn't it? I'm suspicious of anyone called Gareth now. And he went on TV and there's a guy grabbing someone else's like private parts, he said, "What? If that was allowed in my day, I'd still be playing or something creepy." He said it's on live TV on the BBC. Triple B put it on his channel, and he got strike for it. Can you understand how they're trying to hide the realities, blood? I'm getting to you, Lee. I'm getting to you. I've seen it. How can you hate Spencer more than Gad? He looks at him. I don't know that I do. I'm suspicious of both, but Spencer is such a dislikable personality and manipulative. But I don't get rid of either of them. Disco Day, shout to Postman Pat, serving the married wives and communities for many donkey years. Yeah. It's just done a lot. Oh, my boy Nordic Warrior. What's up, guys? What's up, Nordic? Check my boy Nordic's channel out. He got 10k subs the other day, which was fun, man. All right, here come my boy Lee Talks Boss. Gives me another follow. He's always been super generous to me, bro. Give me loads of cash apps. Even the stuff, when I say if you sign up to cash out through the referral link, you get a free tenner. You get that to the Triple B. You didn't have that. I said, let me send it back to you. He goes, no. Would you rather spend the night? So I'm going to have to answer this now. Would you rather spend the night from Netflix with Jake Daniels or Clarissa Shields? I don't know who Jake Daniels is, blood. Who is Jake Daniels? Clarissa Shields. As long as I can film it, yeah? The fun factor of watching anything with Clarissa Shields and winding her up, she's easy to wind up, and oh, come on, man, that'd be fun, blood. As long as I didn't have to, sleep with her, blood clot. Yeah. God bless you too, my brother. Disco Dave. Porky done a short video, no face show, tell like he's having a line of devil's dandruff. Yeah, Porky's a degenerate. Also, he tries to, he said, I'm trying to get some viewers off using me. He watches Chubby all the time. He's copied his thumbnails, he even stole one directly. You notice his thumbnails are quite good now, and he just copied the Chubby. I don't mind. It's only a thumbnail, but, don't try and pretend, Porky. You ain't impressed with the Chubby. You don't like the skills that Chubby's got. Right? And you're a skaghead too. Nishirara, sorry to hear that, Chubby. What? I can't remember what did I say? Harry Cross, KLF, we're just fine and we're ancient and we run. Yeah. The thing is, someone said the degenerates were on me. They were utter degenerates. So. When we was doing the E's and that, maybe, they're a bit mainstream, right? But, we might have liked that when I realized how degenerate it was. Spider Rico, when you do the video with Porky, we already covered that, blood. You're a bit late. Okay. This is a good question. My boy Blue Nose, have you seen AOC channel Triple B? Yes, I sub and I watched that. The thing is, okay, I'll tell you what I watched, like AOC channel, Grace for Purpose, End Times Productions, Call for an Uprising, which gets whacked repeatedly. And he's got a new one called Time for something, and a few others. Now it's got to the point where I'm so red pilled, I don't need to even watch them so much because I know exactly what they're doing. Whenever I see other thing on news, I'm like, well, of course this is why they're doing it. But I do still watch it. One vid focused on the Hadron Collider opening ceremony and symbolism associated is a mindful. Yeah, I did a video on this in the old channel. It's absolutely the most blatantly satanic rituals that go on in these things. The Hadron Collider, and there's another one. When they open a tunnel linking up two countries under the man. It's like nuts. There's no excuse for this stuff. No normal can excuse it. Oh, they're just doing it fun, really. So you got Kali, the Hindu god of death and destruction, and you're doing this satanic goat's heads, and it's nuts, man. Have a look, guys. That I will do some red pill stuff, but it can't be on YT, yo. Surprising Chisora never joined the Eagle Gym. Fits the profile. Says bang, daddy paddy. Yes and no. Like they prefer brown men, where Chisora's black. They prefer like mix, like lighter brown, like Galahad. Like who are the other ones? Obviously Kell Brook. Time Ruth even fit the bill. So yeah, and also he's too big. I don't think they don't never really had that many heavyweights at the Eagle Gym. They had that Clifton Mitchell, I think, who Brendan Ingram called Paddy O'Reilly, had this stupid idea that if you call black guys an Irish name, everyone would come and see them fight. He's a bit nuts, Brendan Ingram. And I need to shout some Brendan Ingram because everyone thinks he's some saint, right? I've got some good information about Nazim Hamed. It's out there, but it needs to be put together. And some of the things he said in the book I read, and you suddenly realize, hang on a minute. And you remember, like, Engel used to always go on about money, and he goes, and Hammer's talking about them. We couldn't take the accuracy, the speed, the power, and then and you're going to make old Irish rich, aren't you? Naz, you see Naz's face, just going, why you always going? And he's a trainer. He took 25% of Hamed's purses, and other people talked about Tom Bush, who was at the gym as well the other day, actually, but I read it in the book. 25% as a trainer is monstrous, isn't it? Isn't it maybe like 10% as usual? And like you said, when it's a few grand you're getting paid, it doesn't seem that much. But when you get like a £10 million payday, suddenly you're going to give 2.5 million to Brendan Ingle. Come on, man. I know he did his bit, but that's like nuts. Come on, man. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll do a video on that. Was that on the YB channel the other day? Nah, I haven't been on the YB. Nah, someone's probably just using the name and rinsing. Like you get Porkies and Mickey Keel. Disco Dave says, see Cole box personality. O'Coley rap video. Pussy in the split, chilly with a slut there. I think I did. It's ringing a bell, but I need to look at that. That's O'Coley blood club. O'Coley rap. You say? Pussy in a split, chilly with the smutty Arabs. Yeah, he's getting shit on. That's what's really happening. That's actually interesting. Take a good look at that. Maybe I can do a video on it. Yeah. O'Coley, I mean, I liked his McDonald's story, but all these things are always PR anyway. But at least he had a job. Most of his bonds didn't. Prozac. How red pill do you really, bro? he goes, Prozac goes, how red pill really are you, bro? Have you figured out the moon landings yet? I mean, that's the most obvious fake nonsense. But it might mean something more than that. It might mean actually beyond the fakeness of it. What is the reality? Some people think they did go and they saw aliens. No, I don't believe that. There's no such thing as aliens, by the way. They're going to be fake aliens and demons. Those are what you're going to get. I figured out the moon landings yet. I mean, if you mean, do I know it's a load of nonsense? Yeah, come on, blood. Brian Sirius. Give me my domain, blood. Thoughts on the Iranian drones in Ukraine. Where's this story? I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at the Normie news for a bit. I've been working on getting the videos out, getting the merch out. I did some videos that were quite complex and took like hours and hours and hours and hours. And I'll have to look into that. I might write that down. Iranian. So, where's it headed? I mean, just off the top of my head, hearing that, if Iranians are dropping, got drones and active in Ukraine, and if they're explosive, well, Iran's been pushed as a bad guy. They've been wanting to invade Iran for years, so this will be an excuse, and it's another setup. My boy Len Blavatnik's early life. Salam, brother. You, Len Blavatnik, feature in a video that I've done, finished, but I haven't uploaded it yet. It's about Dazen and how much money he pissed up the wall. Oh, yeah, sorry. My boy Laminate Resonate reminds, please like, subscribe, and comment. Give me the dots. Now, it's not about, bring the shekels, definitely, so that I can, put food in the dog bowl. But yeah, please like, because there's a few haters. Yeah. Do you remember in the last live, there's these two guys that turned up, who started asking normal, in inverted commas, questions like, who would win this? Who would win that? A fight between Porky and this. Or it went on for a bit. I just humored them. And then they suddenly start asking stuff like, oh, have you got any black friends? Can you say the N-word? I suddenly realized these guys are Spencer's friends or something like that, who are trying to trick me to do something so I get banned. So if you give me, the more likes I get, then it strengthens the channel against his pathetic attacks. And Darth Drew. Nordic Warrior, yes, Nordic, yes, Nordic's in the house, I hope. He may have left, but I hope we come. Gareth the Arsehole Davis. Gary Davis. Gareth Anal Davis. Parky feared, man. 10 years behind. Oh. Stan Dobby, would you trust the gad to babysit your kids? Blood clot! Oh, I mean, imagine having that freak anywhere near your house, blood. Huh? No, absolutely not. And would anyone? Few gents and numbers like I hear Bunt, Smith, David Sloan, Fearon, and Tunde. Have a plan a gentleman's get together in Kampala, Uganda. you can probably get loads of Ugandan hookers in London now, so they probably don't need to leave. And they'll probably be up to batty business as well. That's right. I wouldn't let the girl look. I would definitely not let the girl look after the dog, blood. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. But that's right. Please like to protect the channel against the haters. Lee talks first. If you don't collab with Pokey, you could always collab with Ken from Martin Island. So I suppose so. I mean, some people say Missy Rara says, I don't even go to the time of day. Others say, it would be fun. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to set it all up. And Pokey's done a few wrong-uns, man. So my boy's laughing. That's what I'm talking about. Lemonade resonate. You keep laughing, my man. Oops. Stand up. Truth is the truth. I can understand that, Cal. That's right. Harry Cross, thank you. Gareth Thomas, the Welsh batty man, who's a rugby player, apparently used to go in toilets. He was married as well. And guys would just smash him again and again up the batty hole. And that's why he's got the super virus. Tash looked off his nut in the press conference. Monday is the deadline, John Williams. Now that Monday is obviously the old one. But off his nut in the press conference, I did a video on that. I'm surprised you don't watch the Timothy videos. Yeah, it's definitely off his nut. Scratching the nose and that crazy, that weird stare. If you know, you know. It's so easy to spot someone on Charlie if you've done a lot and been around people. Just go there. Yes, Brennan's greedy. So is his tin head son dominant. Yeah, and into battery business. Just go there. When's the meet and greet for the funds? Meet outside a council. Oh, yeah, I'd like to meet in somewhere like a bit rough, man. But Chubby's got to leave his mom basement. I would definitely like to do that at some point. I mean, I'd have to think about that because obviously Chubby's anonymous. And also, you wouldn't only get fans, you get wrong-uns coming, deliberately trying to stitch up, like, fearing would send one of his, well, he doesn't have any friends, but someone. No, I'm not answering that. Eminem, you know who you are. I'm not putting that thing out. That's sick, man. Bang Daddy Paddy, when the giants real, the Dead Sea Scrolls mention giants with red hair. The Native Americans had the same detail. There is a famous story in Afghanistan how the American troops came across a huge giant in the caves because they live in areas where humans don't because they get hunted down and killed by them. Now, and the ancient scrolls are Dead Sea Scrolls, and the Bible mentions them, the Nephilim. Okay, they were men of repute, ancient men. And the Americans in Afghanistan, there's this big story that's been kept under, but some of leaks. You can't say, it's nonsense, whatever. It doesn't matter. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. The troops went in, and there was a huge giant. He come out of a cave, and he had red hair, and they shot him like loads of times and killed him, which is a bit out of order, frankly. It's no wonder the giants don't want to hang out. So were they real? Definitely, there's huge skeletons. I mean, you could say that, Valuev's a giant, and look how big his skeleton would be. But there's too many stories about them all around the world, in the Middle East, in America, when the native, whatever they call them now, the Red Indians were there, and also Nikolai Valuev has seen the Yetis. There's all, there's something in there. Yeah, absolutely. Sandalvi, is he a fact? That's a good question. I would say I'll be ready to believe anything. I haven't looked into it that much. The reason being because it would be a great, what's the word? Deception by the elite. The question is why? Well, it's only to discredit the Bible or the Creator or whatever. But a lot of normies are just not going to take it. I've seen some decent evidence. I'm not. Some people say it's bullshit. It's well poisoning to make conspiracy theorists idiots. I'm more interested in the shenanigans that are going on now with the financial, political world, the wars, this kind of stuff. I would say I'm open-minded about that at this point. That's all I'll say. Okay. Nostradamus, haven't seen you for a bit of blood. Big up. When do you think boys will be chemically castrated? The crazy billionaires want to preserve the world for their own superior offspring. They're already doing it, by the way. Okay, look at men's sperm counts have gone so low. Men's testosterone levels have gone so low, and there's two, there's two reasons they're doing it. I'll tell you how they're doing it in a minute. It's happening so that men become more feminized and weak and more batty men and degenerate and won't fight back. And they'll sit there collecting their, head wobblies and playing, watching whack TV and crying. So they'll never fight back. And two, so they don't reproduce. They encourage a lack of reproduction, especially in Western Caucasian men, peoples, and all the pesticides, the artificial sweeteners, all the nonsense that goes on in foods, all the stuff that's in water, the estrogen, all that kind of stuff is bringing down people's testosterone levels. So we've been slowly chemically castrated, basically. So. Didn't really go to moon. Look at one of the so-called pictures on the moon, which has no sun. None of the pictures have a sun, really. No sun, no stars. All the shadows are going different ways, and more than that, it just looks like and oh, by the way, yeah, the one of the rear what's it called pads, landing pads, which hasn't displaced any of the dust, by the way, even though a small foot from the astronauts displaces the dust. Is right near the horizon, about that far away. But that's not even it. Look at the state of that thing. It's made of like cardboard, bits of plastic. It's got these stupid little horns on it. It's like, and they believe that lump of shit flew 330,000 kilometers at the top of it. I mean, come on, blood. Wade Makajev. Well, I mean, if you mean is he the greatest of all time, you got to wait a bit. Pause it out. Mud fossil universe has DNA, huge rocks, which come out as certified human DNA. Just saying. What do you mean by that? What's the implication of that? The DNA, mud fossil universe has DNA tested huge rocks, which come back certified human DNA. Just tell us the implications of that, man. Yes, Cannon, big up. Yes, brother. How you going? Good to have you here, brother. Good to see you. Can't hear you. You're covering your mouth. Muffled sounds shite. Little Liz. This one that goes, oh, you're the little version of. Whatever, man. I asked people, I go, can you hear me all right? And they all said yes. So I'm not going to change it for you, Craig, you batty man. BKB talk, Stan Dolby, Ben Hatcher, BKB. I don't watch them getting tooed. Do you mean KO'd? I don't watch. I've seen some bare knuckle, but I don't keep up with it. Any of you what's happening? Conor Ben Spider? No. Oh, this is interesting. Disco Dave. Afghanistan from 12 lost tribes of Israel. They give back time of Isaac and Jacob. Just a lot of Afghans are really pale as well, but they said there was also blood from what's his name? Alexander the Great's days. I don't know. Oh, I believe so. Some people think so. Freezing boxing. What's up, my man? Salute. Cannon says, how did Ty get other people in chat? I don't know why I'm answering that. Before the at and then write their name, I think that's how. So about you having lost your mum. It's a big fear of mine, so I guess it's probably to say, yeah, well, I didn't lost her. I kind of, she was annoying me and she started telling the Trevor to clean up his room, and I don't really want to implicate myself, so but don't worry, man. You've been quiet for a bit. I've been on the YAYO. The YAYO, does the YAYO not make you type? Sorry, I don't mean to. I'm not disrespecting what's going on, man. Proceed food, long hours of work, lack of sleep, stress, etc. kills off testosterone. Yes, you've got natural stuff to boost your testosterone. Pumpkin seeds. Sorry, as well. I got a ginger nuts. Yeah, look into it. Really, there are many ways to boost your test. I did it once. I went on the complete. I read this book by this guy. I forget his name. Tell you how to boost your test naturally, and I followed it, and yeah, I felt like a strong man. And if you want to, I don't put too fine a point in. My balls got big, and I felt manly. I had a girlfriend as well, so she recognized it too. Yeah. That's right, McDonald's, and they're another lot. Yeah, that's right, Missy. So why is that man's just complaining? Talk about my mother, but it's not just passed away. You know, I had a bit of an argument. It doesn't matter, man. It's for another time. Was the Chechen fighters are close to Kadyrov? Yes, absolutely. I mean, you know, I think he seems quite based, to be honest with you. You know, I'm a Christian, but you know, he seems quite based. Brian says, "You've heard of the Antarctica Treaty? Nobody's allowed to travel their supplies. Only aircraft has flown over." I've read parts of it. Antarctica is very creepy. There's much weird stuff going on. It's also huge, massive land space. Canon, what's your thoughts on Chinggis Khan? He had a reckon man percentage feel related to him for his pillaging days, possibly, but they always exaggerate things. You know, these things become like a myth, don't they? So if someone says, "Oh yeah, you know," it actually, you know, they come up with something like, switching on a light, off or on actually uses more electricity than keeping it on for 10 hours. I mean, really? Have you looked into it? People just repeat the same stuff. You know, they used to say that fat made us fat, not sugar. You know, just getting it's got. I mean, you know, it's also the degrees of separation. If you go far enough back, we probably will be related to some extent. So I don't really listen to stuff like that. Had to go out and meet a man about a dog. You know, pick it up, lads. Anyway, I'm not messing. I'm joking. You know, it is what it is. Hugh Fury's eating his stew every day, getting his man strength. Yeah, that's a weird one. Hugh looks in great shape when he's at the Savannah Marshall fight. You know, yeah, I'm gonna expose his dad. He's a wrong one. Sandog, the world is run by international criminal oligarchy cabal. These are countries that pawns and chess. 100%, absolutely, and that's the key of the red pill. That's really it. Without getting into any detail, that's basically what it's all about. I don't know, but okay, my boy Reese. Are we all these sexual incels in here? Yeah, I doubt it. Lee, my boy Lee Talks Boxing was talking about some punani with the vapes. Missy Rara is a lady. She's got a man called Baz. Chill B is an incel. No, a voluntary cell, because this is voluntary. I'm not an incel is involuntary celibate, isn't it? I'm a voluntary celibate. I may change one day, but for the moment it suits me. I've had so much fun from anywhere. I mean, like, you know, and you know, good stuff from back in the day that I couldn't get now. And I'm different now. I don't think that way. I'm against being a prolific fornicator now. You know. So yeah. Cal says he was juicing like fruit to get some answer. They've tried all kinds of stuff with him. You remember them zits he had? I don't know. They don't seem to get it right with him. I don't know, man. Macedon. Is Isaac very low Tyson Corey's new trainer because he just has the right size? Oh, come on, man. To notch him off. I'm getting to these. I don't think it is. It's another one of Tyson's tomfooleries. I mean, Tyson doesn't need a trainer to train him how to fight anyway. He needs to hold the pads. But, you know, Isaac Logan was standing up here. Mind you, like, what's his name? Israel Salas? What's his name? Joe Joyce's trainer's tiny. Bang. Porky drilled a hole in Emperor Michael's head and poured the acid in like Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, made him to zombie. He hasn't come back from. I did a video the other week to say what's going on. I'm genuinely interested. Someone said it's good thing to go. Eritrea is a bit of a dictatorship, and the tech is no good, and they block all kinds of websites. So it's possible if he is over there, he might not be able to. Oh, he's not dead. I mean that. Oh, Dancing Brave, this is a good one, blood. I met Fred West in HMP, told him I like gambling on football, and he recommended. Yeah. I don't read it. I thought it was serious. Is she right? I hear listen now, but yeah, was picking up. Yeah, you know, it happens. Hey, no, Bez, not my man. We have a complicated relationship. Okay, sorry. You know, you probably, yeah, at least you have some relationship. Till Big has the dog and his funds. Yeah, that's it. I can't get into that because that's very complicated. Very complicated. And most Salah's got the special roots of David Hay, like the Spice Girl used to wear. Oh, Ismail Salas, yeah. But I mean, that still can't be right. I mean, because if you got a guy hitting hard on the pads, right, you're gonna push him with it, bam, 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 catch the shots, and like an old man on those stupid shoes is gonna fall over, and you know, I don't know. Till the hole is batty hole more like, yeah. Lee says, I just couldn't resist that pum pum blood. What kind of pum pum was it? Can you give us more information on the pum pum situation? And yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah, I was young once, man, and I cleaned up blood. But, you know, yeah, I cleaned up, man. I ain't bragging. It's real, man. Oh, come on, Banda. Triple B, what is your fold play routine when you smash pussy? I give her a drink. Yeah, get a drink. Put some retinol in. Hey, that's a really super drink you're not drinking. Not that I want you to get drunk. After that, there ain't really much need to do much more. You know, you just get on top and do what you want, blood. Fold play, blood club. I'm like Hugh Fury. Ain't no fold play. You just get on top, take care of business. I can't talk about certain subjects, Cal. You know that. You know that. Black Mask from Batman. What's that? Who's that? Who's Black Mask? I don't watch any of this Hollywood stuff. It's about time for another super shekel, am I right? Or a cash app. By the way, no one has looked at the description and told me what's different, have they? The Chippy Drake from the Fairy Cup. Now let me tell you this. There's a number of ways to answer that. Now, firstly, I don't like talking about this kind of stuff really because I don't want to talk about disgustingness and fornication. It encourages degeneracy and depravity. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, the more the time got on, the less furry the cup got, right? Because you know, and so many birds were nearly anyone were just bald. I don't like bald. It's nonsense, man. You know, I just thought it was normal. There's a good point here. I just thought it was completely normal. Yeah, the first bird I was with, you know, I just started to munch her out because I'd seen videos and read, you know, the porno mags, and you know, if I hadn't been exposed to that, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, and that's how people get manipulated. That's why they do such weird stuff these days, like, you know, creepy stuff like cuckolding and sickness, batty business. Yeah, Reese philosophizing the flesh is weak, carnal sins. There's this carnal sins on my brother. God bless. I agree with Reese, and it is tough, but especially in this day and age, but you've got to just stop thinking and looking. And it's easy for me to say a bit because I'm older and I kind of did it, but there were sinful days, and I regret them. You know? I'd much rather had a healthy trad wife, brought up a good family. You get me? And lived in a good community. But what communities are there that are good? Like I said, what is there? There's the Amish and Mennonites. And what else is there? You know, but I would have learned Pennsylvania Dutch maybe and get a nice blonde traditional wife, yo. Anyway, Lee agrees with Reese. God bless you. Yeah, God bless both of you. God bless all the fans. Yeah, God bless you all. Nordic and people. There's a war on. And when you realize that all the things that are happening have been predicted, okay, then you start to realize what's really happening. The red pill led to the God pill for me. Anyway, I want some super shekels. I want them now, and I want them here, or some cash out, or some BTC. Hit me up, somebody. And I'm not talking the usual people. Let's have someone different. Even £1. Even £1. Oh, cow, this is interesting. Everyone's worried about El Chapahan. Where did you get to? You say how in Kazakhstan. Have you got news on that? I mean, I don't know what I mean in Pakistan, but Kazakhstan is, you know, any of these areas which are big. There's a lot of space. Kazakhstan's a massive country, and there's a lot of rugged hills, and I don't think it's that overpopulated. So there's plenty of places to hide. You know, they're kind of nations that aren't like they're not third world, but they're not third. They're second world, I think you call it. They're probably the best nations to hide in. Joe. Have you been held back in a fight before to be in anger? I think someone asked me that question ages ago. You know, I think held back. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird question. I think you're looking for something. Baghdadi Paddy, no fat works. I've done it generally. Yeah, so does a Triple B. You definitely get like your testosterone starts to come back, and it's good for the mind. Because whacking off is like an encouragement to let off, get a dopamine hit. You know, it's not really satisfying. You know, when I was a kid. And jacking off, and then afterwards I feel a bit weird. And see, you know, it's not good for the mind. Yeah, it's just a quick hit, and you feel sullied. You should be busting in your traditional wife, and the Amish community to make another baby. That's what you should be doing. Well, like Triple when Sky Nixon watches one of the Triple B videos and realizes that she should become a trad wife with a Triple B, then I'll go back to mating. Did he? I'd assume he gone to some like Soho store and got them there. I don't know. And my boy Kate Alexander in the house. Thank you, my brother. Respect the content myself. Kate Alexander's often here, man. Thank you, my brother. 250, lovely. I really appreciate that. Much love. It's great to see you here, as always. You're quiet, but you're there in the background. You get me? Oh, shit. What's going on with this? Blood clot. I hate this PC. I need a new PC, man. Oh, Missy, I'm not gonna read. I'm not gonna read that. Will Sylvia porn star they got sick of sex? Nah, but that will obviously happen. I mean, imagine being a porn star. No, come on, that's sickness. No, I was just just party guy, But yeah, that really. I mean, all these guys are broken, man. Even the male guys are sick, man. And that word, you notice how everyone's a porn star, like a star is something to be looked up to, and you should be like as like a star in Hollywood. So that's the language has been changed, or the meaning of it has been changed, right? In a subtle way by media and entertainment, so that people start thinking it's okay to be a porn star. It's a star. It's okay to do OnlyFans, and it's slowly. That's why you're getting all these women acting like hoes. Can you do a backflip? No. But Joe Joyce can. He does a real good one. Catholic era. Dancing. I wait for the gyro to land on Liverpool. Do you need PayPal to send a drink? No, do Cash App. I've said it a million times. Well, not a million, but if you look in the thing, right? My description, there's a link to Cash App. If you go to that, you sign up. It takes 2 minutes. Right? Now, this is obviously another movement towards stopping cash, but unfortunately, it will become a way for people to move cash, lend their friends some money, or they lose a bet. There you go, have a $5 cash habit. What it is, it's really quick. It's like PayPal, but a lot quicker. It's mobile based. And what I'm saying is, if you sign up on a referral, the Triple gets a free tenner. You get a free tenner as well when you make your first movement of £5. Does that make sense? So you make money, and the Triple makes money. So use Cash App Blood. I feel dirty even saying that. It's like trying to sell a product and trying to get some money. I feel dirty, but that's the best way. And you don't have to give YouTube 30%. Canon, not answering that. Too grim. Reese, my boy. Yeah, we teach him we made mistakes with regards to fornication. Yeah. The alcohol and porn is the holy trinity since these times. Yeah, and obviously drugs and well, there's many. So while events are impossible, stay up, pray Jesus, bro. God bless you. It is a tough time, and it's done on purpose to tempt us. And I mean, that's one of the ways. One of the ways to stay out of temptation is you just don't go near it. Sometimes, like something will come up, and I think, and there's a woman, and it looks like she's a bit naked or something, and I'll be like, oh, and I'm like, stop, just, and you get used to just knocking it back, and then it doesn't stay in your head. We've been bombarded with images, sexual images, since the day even when I was a youth and you had no internet, you still get it in normal films. Huh? You had Page 3 in the Sun. Okay, this sounds crazy. We had National Geographic had topless women. Okay, they were brown. They still had it, and this is and books. So they used to leave. There's a theory that if you was from the era, the 80s and 90s, before internet and before then probably, you would get they find porno mags and leave them near schools and stuff like that in bushes. You should always find them. I don't know a single guy who didn't used to find these porno mags in the bushes. Why? Someone's dropping them. People go, oh, it's just someone who probably they read it and they whacked and then they got disgusted and left it there. Maybe someone, but this is all the time. And what as if kids. Oh, children are not allowed to under 18s are not allowed to buy porno mags. What? So they'll never see it. Come on, man. They've been pushing this for years, and they made brochures on it. Yeah, the Marxist schools, the what's called the Frankfurt School, and they were all telling us how they're going to degenerate people. And one of the biggest ones was through sex. Disco Dave, don't think he's in Pakistan. The Pakistan of bum boys for the British and Yanks. They would hand him in. Well, they didn't hand in Bin Laden, but anyway, was that the Bin Laden? I mean, that's a bigger story, to be honest. Yeah, Kazakhstan. I think Kazakhstan is a lot more likely. I tell you, Goody. Boston Classics HQ. Hi, bro. Do you have a channel? If you do, I'll have a look. Catch up on the Lara fight last night. He's a mini Mayo. I really like Lara. Again, I did a video that I haven't released yet because I had to do the live. But yeah, I did watch that, and I love watching that guy. Now, if you remember, he knocked out Warrington, didn't he? And then Warrington kept on headbutting him with all that what's called Vaseline all over the head. Probably borrowed Derek Cisora's Vaseline. And yeah, he's that classic Mexican aggressive left hook to the body. Yeah, I don't really like him. It's no wonder, the disgusting cockholding swinger Lee Wood with his broccoli haircut didn't want to fight Lara. I would have gone to that fight for real. I reckon I would have gone out of my mother's basement and gone up to where was it? Nottingham. Yeah, I got some friends in Notts. Yeah, I got there. I ain't seen them for years, and then go up there and and see that fight for real. I don't. Sorry, back. I'm not going to answer that. You're a fool. And so many times people say that I'm bored. That's really had to buy weed. Yeah, I mean, really. Even I had a dealer who'd take bank transfers, but this is way easier. It's like that. Ding ding, go on. And you don't even have to use your real name. Obviously, it's linked to your bank account, so don't get me wrong. All these things are traceable, bro. Don't for 1 minute think they're not traceable. It's just another thing, but you don't even use your real name, so you can send it to anyone, and no one knows this come from you. I mean, obviously the banks and the authorities do. I mean, no, like just consumer knows. Cal says, "Don't let cash die." Yeah, mate, it's done. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do, and no one's fought back. They might moan about it. This is interesting. Just called Dave. Invest in gold and silver. Come handy when Endeavour gets rid of money. True. So it's a safe investment, both of those. I ain't got no cash in the money, but I would invest some in that. I would diversify my portfolio. I used to have some good cryptocurrency. I'll tell you about that another day. And so I would say now crypto, I don't know, man, because they'll eventually get rid of it. It might be just a short-term thing, and they'll release their own ones. But have some precious metals. Have a look around. I'm not an expert. I can't give out investment advice, but certainly I would diversify a bit. But yeah, alcohol leads to anxiety. For not as bad as YAYO though, bro. This is a very good question. Lee talks about that's a good question, and exactly. I say, as far as there, you got rid of page 2. Yeah, because it was another. I mean, I used to listen, blood as a kid. I could buy the Sun. When I'm 13, right? And read the boxing, and I'd sit there. I'm sorry to say, I'm just cracking one off over whoever was the big one then, and Katie Lloyd or something, and I was a 13-year-old kid, blood. When I see a pair of breasts and a nice woman, that's going nuts, man. The beautiful white women's. But yeah, why don't they get rid of it? It was quite weird, and they got all like on the moral case. Oh, we think it's degrading to women. I think they're partially pushing that agenda, which is nonsense. But I think the reason is, it might be a practical reason to do with, you see, if you got a site and you got nudity on your site, you could get classed as a pornographic site, and Google will rank you differently. So it could be just that. But obviously, they're always going to dress it up with some NWO nonsense. Oh, we're doing it because we respect women. Yeah, right. The Sun is the most degenerate of them all, the worst of them all. Even the Sun is Sport actually, weirdly, leaks some true stuff. It's just that it's covered, and the National Enquirer as well has leaked some true stuff. Yeah, that American paper that talks about aliens and Hitler living in the Antarctica. So we laugh at it, right? But it actually drops into real stories sometimes. Discord Dave, not internet days of Raz Mag, some page. You're right. So you security. I used to find loads of porn mags hidden around hedges. Definitely, they got planted, man. They're trying to sexualize society. And people go, oh, why do they go to that? Oh, no, they wouldn't. Well, you're nuts. They've said this for years. This is how we're going to control society and use them. So let me tell you this, right? So, one of the most interesting ones is music, right? Music being used to influence people, certain lifestyles, to make them be into degeneracy, sex, drugs. But it's not just the lyrics. It's the frequency. They change the frequency of the music so it would hit part of your brain better. And they have certain beats, like hip hop as well. no one was into hip hop like women and stuff like that before. Now, like everyone is, because they've got the beat. They're so right. They're so addictive to the brain. Like in the club, the 50 Cent song, that beat and that thing, everyone's like rocking to it because, and it's been manufactured to be that way. And people go, oh, don't be stupid. It's just a good song. Ha ha. Triple B, the normies, right? The normies. Because, I mean, personally, imagine, right? You got $1 billion industry, and you wouldn't look into, getting more sales using whatever technique possible. Well, stupid to think they wouldn't look into it, but it's more than that. They're doing it to indoctrinate you and get in your head and manipulate you. We had this last time with some guy saying this. I think this might be another one of the guys that last time. You remember when they're trying to get something, they're trying to pull the Triple B to say something about, I'm mixed race, you idiot. There you go. Lito's bossing, Triple B's mixed. That's right. So shut your mouth, man. That proves my point. So you agree to songs. We're not going to talk. Look, there you go. It is him. You definitely said the N word off camera. You're gone because you just want to. You tried to pull me in. You want to Spencer's little bitches and all that. Oh, but I'm trying to. I like your videos, but you tried this last time. You got to change the record. You got to change your plan. You're gone, mate. Blocked for good. Peace in the Middle East. I hate doing that because it's cowardly, but I'm wasting my time up, man. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly the same pattern as them other guys on the last one. Oh, I bet you say the N word. I don't talk to anyone who can't say no words properly. Okay, Dancing Brave, the place in the sun where all MTF. Oh, I could stay with Sam Fox then. When you get I'm not sure about that, to be honest. I think maybe so. I mean, Sam Fox was probably abused. Bang Daddy Paddy. When I was 8, I was brutally molested by a guy with Down syndrome. You serious, blood? Or is this beginning of some joke? I hope you weren't, but blood clot. That sounds a bit. I mean, that's dark, isn't it? If it's hopefully it's just some joke. Blood clot. Mark's back from the offie. How long did it take to the offie, blood? Where's your offie like? Where'd you live, bro? In Yorkshire, the moors or somewhere? What have you missed? A lot of chat, blood. That's all I can say. Huh? A lot of chat. Get your shekels out. Anyway, what did you buy, man? What kind of alcohol did you buy? Okay, my boy. I got to go straight to my boy because I don't want to forget no. Oh, sorry, blood. My boy Kevin N. I'm trying to get Kevin N in the house. No, he's chipping. It's one of the best channels I've ever stumbled upon. Thank you, Kevin Blood. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you in the USA or Australia or Canada? I don't know. I like your buffalo, bro. The bison. That's cool, bro. Thank you, man. Best channel summer. Thank you, man. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for the cash money. Yeah, that guy, this Joe guy, and you see Dancing Braces, get Joe out. He's trying to. There's people that hate the show B, so they try these tricks to try and trip him up, make him look bad, and sometimes I see. I ain't naive anymore. I'm clued up, but I occasionally give people the benefit of the doubt too much, but I don't want to be like thinking everyone's a wrong one. But yeah, so they try these tactics to try and catch out the Triple B. It's pathetic, really, man. As Missy says, I wish the haters would stay away. Yeah, whatever. Hello, Spencer. I don't think it was Spencer himself unless he's changed. It might be one of his friends from Facebook because he doesn't have any real life friends. Oh, you've got to get this guy's channel because you always sniff me out because I'm so thick and I've got a peanut shaped head and my prefrontal lobe is like that, so I can't think enough in the future to actually catch him out. But maybe you guys can. It depends how you define climate change. That's a bigger story. So that's a bigger story. I can't answer that now, really, because it's a very big question. Yep, and here comes another guy, my boy. Without further ado, retro. Yeah, although G Pole Match came from the woods, now he's not right. Everyone says that. Is it? It's nuts, man. Yeah, Joe's out, man. He blocks, man. I don't like even that. I think it's cowardly, but he's pathetic. Anyone now from now on like that, and you can recognize the pattern. It's not that difficult to recognize the pattern of these idiots. That's right, the Triple B army in the house. That's right, because me funds are looking after me. I even let some guys get Wang Chai originally. I think I was getting my drink on, and that might have been the reason. I let them talk for quite a bit. And everyone's like, going, that's Spencer. That's Spencer. And they were right. Kevin M. I'm in the US. God bless, brother. God bless you too, brother. What part of the US, bro? It's so different. Cannon says, you need to piss up with a fancy. I'd love to. It's about logistics and about me getting out of the basement, blood. But yeah, I'd love to. But I'm not getting my drink on that. There's a few possibilities I've been playing with, believe that. But it's all about avoiding the haters. I don't really care about the haters, avoiding the wrong uns, If I have a meet up, then wrong uns are going to come to the logistics have to be worked out. Macedon, what if got to do with anyone? What people do or say off camera? I don't know what you're referring to, bro. I need more info. My boy Mark. I was on the train, come back from holiday in the Highlands. Scottish lad. What's up, my brother? Back to my city in the south of England now. Okay, that immediate distress with a crap city life came the drink on. Yeah, man. And the Highlands are beautiful, man. Yeah, it must be beautiful, man, to go away. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, for me, I feel safe in my basement, but if I went out, I might discover that, well, I know there's a world out there. I've been there, but yeah, to me, when I go out, I just want to get back in the basement because I see the horror. But yeah, I might take a holiday, and yeah, I want to see if I can meet up with funds. First opponent gets $50. Big up to the big quarries around there. I used to have good quarry status, but I know when you get older, was the chemicals, but the quarry status ain't what it was. Yeah, I've reached the bottom. Now, what that means is I want some boxing questions and some super shekels or cash apps. Yes. Come on, let's have some boxing questions. What fights are next week, by the way? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's Jake Paul. They're actually quite interesting because Anderson Silva, but it would probably just be another setup. The Jake Paul has to win it just because, he's the man with the money. He's the one who influences, he's the NWA pawn. Right. Calchens hundreds of N-word. Yeah, I mean, it's just pathetic, man. I mean, imagine being so triggered by a word. F. I haven't seen the R-Man for a bit. Yo, R-Man, where you at, man? I know you look like Porky as well, and I've been like frictionating with him. I made that word. I've been frictionating with him, yeah. But I don't see the R-Man. He's been very generous too. Porky or C Bunch, who wins? I don't know, man. Who wins? Steve 5 Byros Bunce. He's quite big, but he's fat and out of shape. Porky's now slim. Steve Bunce used to box as an amateur. I have Bunce size, and Porky was looking he's about to die, man. Poland, my boy Poland. Longman's next week. Okay. The guy's fighting is not like expected to give him any trouble, though, is he? I always like to watch Loma. It's a pleasure to watch Loma. The problem with Loma is this. He turned pro late, right? But he went straight almost for the world title, didn't he? But he's been moving up too much in weight. If you look at him, those guys, they look about 3 weight divisions above him. He's got these narrow shoulders, and he looks like a T-Rex arms, and he looks so small compared to them. So I honestly believe he's one of the best fighters ever. I mean, his amateur record is 397 and 1 loss, which is insane. And it would be similar in the pros if he turned pro earlier, and if he stuck to his correct weight divisions. I honestly believe that. I've never seen a guy box like him. I think he's the real best ever. He's got 2 losses on his shut up, man. Firstly, you need to look at the circumstances. Nothing is ever as simple as that. Secondly, that bitch Mayweather got 2 losses. He lost clearly against Castillo, and Oscar beat him as well. And anyway, yes, the best ever. I mean, Ray Robinson is often said the best ever. Most people haven't really watched many of his fights, and he got like 17 losses, right? Oh, my boy Mark, thank you, my brother. If you could live anywhere in the UK, where would you choose and why? That is interesting. Thank you for the favour, firstly. I'm glad to have you back after your expedition to get your drink on. What kind of drink are you having, blood? I hope it's not special brew. If I live anywhere in the UK, where would you choose and why? I might have to answer that in a more abstract way, I don't know, man. I mean, I think England's so messed up now anyway. I'd like to live somewhere around nature as opposed to like the hideousness of London. That's for sure. But I don't know where's best. Sometimes these days I think it's different. Yeah. But sometimes smaller communities don't want to accept outsiders, and I understand that, by the way. It's actually completely natural to be that way. Maybe a medium-sized town that's nice. One that's English, for crying out loud. I don't know, man. Give me some options and I'll think about it. To be honest, I like to have two places. You get me? One in the country, one in a medium-sized city. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'll just stay in my basement. I really don't know. Good question, Cannon. Who is the best heavyweight under 30? I have no hesitation answering Bakodir Jalolov from, I think it's Kazakh or Uzbek, one of the two. Yeah, definitely. There's a great video from Good Morning Britain about climate change. There are two pictures of the same area, one before COVID and one after. And it was the same picture photoshopped as there were two. I don't quite. Can you rewrite that? What was Porky's record? 10 year behind door, I suppose. Oh, okay. Just carries on. There were two blokes in the picture wearing the same clothes, supposedly taken 2 years apart. Yeah, the mainstream media is just all nonsense. Yeah, you get me the video. Thanks. I look afterwards. Lomo is the bomb, Missy Rora. Is that a play on words? Do you mean Lomo the homo? Is he married? He's got some quite fruity pictures of him with Usyk, actually. But Lomo is the best, to me, the best fighter ever. Do you like Hagler? He's my best ever. Yeah, Hagler's awesome. I think he did nothing spectacularly well, but he was just so determined. It was the mindset that made Hagler different. The mindset. And apparently Adam Smith. Well, this is one of his two stories of how he got on the box. He cried. He stayed up till 4:30 or 5 in the morning when he was 13 at his parents' house, and watched his hero Tommy the Hitman Hearns get knocked out by marvelous Marvin Hagler, and he cried. He's such a liar, Adam Smith. He also apparently got in because of the fan man suggestion. But yeah, Hagler, there were rumors of PED abuse. That's all I'll say. But he retired at a good time. And anyway, R.I.P. Hagler. Seriously, but look into his death. It's very suspicious. Fit, healthy, didn't abuse his body. Bristol. It's all about Bristol earlier. God says Eddie Hills is still radio son. Yeah, well, what you going to talk about? What's his name? Connor Bond. Adam D. Your lies are lit, blood. Thank you, brother. I'm glad you like him. I love him, man. This is my dude. This is the only time I miss getting my drink on. I don't because it means that my lives can my lives last longer. I'm trying to get this right. There you go. It used to last only an hour, but it was my party. But Victor Ortiz says, "Mass, I was smacking up Mayweather before the headbutt. He was hitting him hard, and I think you know what? I think it was obviously like he realized he wasn't meant to win, and they kind of had an agreement. And he kept on saying sorry, Mayweather, sorry, Mayweather, about 100 times. Eventually, Mayweather clocked him, and knocked him out. That's just. Kenny Biandol being Paul Sykes' bum bag. I've heard that rumor before. Paul Sykes is this crazy guy from Doncaster, I think. Somewhere like that. And I think he fought the Solnero British Championship. One of them. He's a good pro, but he was a nutter. I also used to, rape young men in prison. So you reckon Porky was his bumble? Maybe. The way his super shekels at. Let's have a look here. Yeah. That's okay. Here you go. Missy. Do you think Jake Paul fights predetermined? His opponent paid off? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Some people say yes for sure. I think the Ben Askren one, I want good money on that. That's obvious he's going to bury that bomb. Because, Jake Paul has a lot of PDs and trains with pros. He's really given all his time to boxing. Are they set up? I thought the Tyrone Woodley thing was definitely, almost certainly a true knockout shot. Some people say, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't believe all the fights are fixed, like people say. I don't think it's always necessary, but Cannon, what happened to Edwin Valero? Also, what set him off the rails? Yayo the punches. Good question. I read a little book on Valero. It's a bit shady. I've seen pictures of his dead body and stuff. I don't know if you can still find him. Set him off the rails. Yayo the punches. Also, I think he had a serious car crash, right, which damages his brain. Quite often, if you have a head injury, it can send you obviously a bit local. I think head injury, yayo, and punches. Yeah. Oh, my boy, Mark. Thank you for the fire, bro. 3 bottles of Guinness, 3 bottles of Nuki Brown, 1 bottle of Champion. I just finished a cycling race around Scotland. I think I can sell that. Yeah. The money issues, obviously, I'm mixed. Not racially, as well as what's called, and I ain't like pure nationality or anything, but I don't sound Scottish. Do they not like people that, they might say, oh, you was English, innit? And I have to go, no, I'm actually from Mozambique. But yeah, I was worried that you won't be liked in Scotland or Wales if you have an English accent. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, parts of Scotland are so beautiful, man. So beautiful. They used to be really poor, but I think they're much better off now. Like Glasgow could still be rough, but there's some real nice areas there. But I wouldn't want to live in a big city. I would like you live in the Highlands. You did a cycling race. Cool, man. Oh, did you win? What's Champion? I don't know what the Champion is. Yeah. Who tells more lies? Oh, Eddie, obviously. You just permanently lying, man. Adam D. Watching that fight was funny and confused at the same time. Mayweather used Ortiz, Mr. Cortez. Yeah, he's a wrong'un, Cortez. He's made a lot of money from being a wrong'un. Lee Duffy, aka the Duff, offered out Sykes, and apparently Sykes cheated himself. Lee Duffy's another one of these real tough guys. Nutter. I think did he get stabbed or shot? Quite young. There's a guy who writes books about Jamie something. Who writes books about these guys. I've heard as well. Someone told me another story when Sykes cheated himself with some other hard man. I don't know if it's true. I don't get into these legends of hard men. I mean, a lot of bullies will eventually back down when they meet someone bigger than them. My boy, Mr. Charles, 3 pounds of super shekel. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. That's a good alert. John Williams, Carl Zaggy, his frots. Surely Joe, absolutely. Yeah, Snake Pull's on the best cheese money. Yes, he is, and he also gets proper serious training and nutrition, and he can hit hard. There's no doubt. He can box. He can box. If you walked into an amateur gym like that and said, "Oh, I've had a few fights," and you'd be like, "Oh, okay, this guy can fight." But it's how much of it's fake, I don't know. Valera's cousin who won a bronze. I didn't know that, Brian. Dancing Brave. How fixed is boxing? What was your percentage at? Like football, when Leicester won the Premier at 5,000 dollars, I smelt. It's a lot easier to fix boxing because you only got 2 people in the ref and the judges as well. But so you don't have to buy them all, do you? You have to buy one guy, one boxer, and that's it. Whereas for football, it's a lot harder, especially over a season. So that Leicester thing was very weird. It's the biggest upset of all time. Okay, and obviously it's not just on one match; it's on a whole season. But I can't think of any other betting thing like that. Could it have been a scam? It would have had to be very sophisticated. Mark says a super friend in Scotland, way more than people in England, in my experience. I think people in the country in England are very friendly. It depends on where you go. The places in the West Country that are very friendly in England, like the South East is not super friendly. Kent, Essex, and that. I don't think. But there are places. I mean, I found Northerners to be very friendly. I don't know. I suppose I'm just going on the stereotype. There's always going to be some chippy people. I mean, basically the city is always full of aggressive wrongers. Basically. Those guys just released a tell video on. I need to look at that. Oh, Album Boxes. So Album Box is really good, by the way. See, I don't mind picking up other channels if they're good. I'm not into this channel war thing. George Groves, yeah. Okay, that might be interesting. Album Box is a Scottish guy. He does these little clips quite a lot, which get a lot of views, and they're quite funny. He gets good material. I'll have a look at that. George Groves. I'll just say this: I've heard a lot of people that have personally spotted him and known him, and he is a bit of a wrong one. He's very manipulative, and personality-wise, he's always trying to get one up on you, and not. So I'll just bear that in mind. But yeah, I'll look at that. T-Bone, West Ham United Football Club. What rule would you prevent stop the top fighters dodging each other? What rule? I don't think it could be a rule, really. And who would make the rules? Boxing is such a disaster. So many promoters, world organizations, managers. I don't think it's possible. My boy Brian in the house. Second crew checking in. What up, my boys? What up to the second crew? Pop, 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 pop. Bang. Finish with the overhead right from Riddick. Boom. On the chin. Boom. I love that shot. Boom. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Brian, you paid euros. Are you in Ireland as well, bro? I'm only assuming that most of my euros are from Ireland. By the way, you remember them French guys who used to come on the lives a lot? Come on. Jacques Dondier, Monsieur Bariche, and another one. They're all friends, right? I haven't heard of any of them for ages, right? And okay, they're friends, but what? They all start to, they used to love the Triple V. They're starting to smell of 77th Brigade. We tried to get some information out of him, be his friend, and and nothing's happened. It's quite weird. You know the guys I'm talking about? If you're there, show up. No, I once see Black and didn't feel too oppressed. Everyone gets oppressed in some way, but the people that are oppressing us are the elitists and powers that be. And they're oppressing us in many ways, educationally, and freedom of speech, censorship, where they put in our food, the sick stuff they preach to our children, covering up the truth. Not talking about reality. They're the oppressors. Red Rose, what the bloody word? Yeah, this isn't my. I got it from Poundland when I went out into the world, and it only cost £1. But I don't like it. This is only be worn once, not again. I don't think it's uncomfortable as well, yo. And you can't see my mouth moving. I like that. Oh yeah, Mr. Charles, Arturo Gatti. That's a real sad story. That's another weird one. A lot of cocaine abuse, drink, obviously punches to the head. I read another small book. There's this company that publishes small books. They're not quite satisfying enough. They don't seem that well researched. There probably isn't that much you can't find on the internet, but about Valero, about Gatti. I can't remember what they're called. And Gatti. I remember some journalist was saying, he was in Vegas for a fight, and Arturo Gatti comes out of the toilet with his zip undone, and the guy's like, Arturo, what's that? And he's off his nut. And he doesn't really ask him a question. You okay, Arturo? And he just says, blowjob, and walks off. I mean, I'm laughing. I don't agree with that behavior, but I mean, yeah, it is a tragic one. I don't know. That's a real mystery as well. Might well have been whacked. Stan Dolby. Paul Venus, K1. No wonder he became a kickboxing champion. Venus, he would have got grief when he pulled penis. Plays Reed Duff in an upcoming movie featuring Danny Christie. He's a bare knuckle fighter, right? T-Bone. It's me that recognize you. I saw on the tube in the boxing comment section. Okay, private information. How you going, Missy? Yeah, all good. I like it when my fans chat. Little Musgrave. They asked about champion, right? It's good stuff. But 7 points for you, though. You got to take it easy. Is that right? Yeah, we want to chat with them real strong ones. They're like, what's it called? Super Brews and stuff. Reese, I'm not sure how rigged football is. What I am sure is players are all Masonic, always throwing symbolism in the center. I think anyone who gets to the top is, now especially. They used not to control that many people because they didn't have the internet. So, the internet wasn't here. So, all you need to control is the mainstream media, and that's it. So you don't even need to control the individual players and that much. You've got a few ones. And basically, control. There were so little media channels available. You just controlled them, and that was it. But now with the internet, it's not so possible. So they got their grips into all these actors and sports, and they have to buy them all now. Yeah. You see it all the time. Although I did quite like Jamie Vardy smashing into the Batman, goal. What's it called? The corner post, smashing that. I hear that. Why don't they come out? It's quite weird, isn't it? It's quite weird. Yes, my boy Charlie White. Nah, I bet Tyson Fury would like that name. Is everything okay, bro? Yeah, it's okay, bro. I'm alright. You can never be at peace in this world when you're taking the red pill and you see the sickness going on. There's no way that the triple can lie like, this is great, isn't this great? I don't even want to. Like people say, don't you want to get away? Listen, blood. It's a war, as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to watch stupid stuff. Oh, don't you want to watch a movie and just forget about it? No. And that movie's going to be full of agenda anyway. That's, like, I can't imagine doing anything else but do what I'm doing. And it's not going to be. We'll see what happens in the end times. Maybe things will get good then. I don't know if he does survive it and do the right thing. Okay, Mark. Boxing question. Like a boxing question. What's your favorite fight of all time and why? Also, favorite boxer from each of the last 5 decades. Tough questions, bro. I have to think about it, and also things do change. Like I was a big Tyson Fury fan until now he's sold out totally. I was a big Joe Joyce fan coming up, like up and coming fighters until I found out some secret society stuff about him. I was a big Hatton fan until he fans and he's up doing his stupid jokes wearing gimp masks, and he's obviously a sellout as well. So it wasn't so obvious in the old days, but it is now. Favorite fight of all time? Wow. I mean, I was still saying Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, 3 or even 2. 1 was pretty good, but it was inconclusive ending. Gay J getting beaten up by Usyk, the first fight especially. Although I prefer a knockout because then there's no question. One of my favorite ones, Andy Ruiz, Gay J. That was I won £800, I think, on it, and I needed that money. I didn't have money at the time, and just seeing that fat pig. And I told everyone he's way more dangerous than you think, and I had written it on the old channel, saying it's worth taking a little punt because Gay J looked awful in training, and AK Skins wasn't there, and we all know no skins, no wins, right? What happened? Well, it was one of the funniest things watching that fat pig batter Gay J. Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, that was a good fight, obviously. I like the hammered fights in some ways, even the one-sided ones, because he was entertaining. I'd have to think about it, man. My memory's not so good. One favorite boxer from each of the last 5 decades, I especially have to think about that one, bro. So I can't answer it right now. Can't answer that, Cal. My boy Jason Jace. Scotty Dad's never been clear his family live in my hood. Oh, you're Canadian blood. I assume they still live in Canada. Yeah, very dodgy. Wasn't it in Brazil or something like that? Super dodgy. He had a Brazilian wife. Very, very dodgy. Very dodgy. Yeah. Brian, someone donated £300 3 times on Typha Live. He was doing white on the live. Did you see that? I did. I saw part of it. Okay, I might have been on live. Probably the white. Some people say he's just faking it just for the fun, but he's also a bit nuts, so he might well be doing it. I mean, either one's possible. All the money was weird, and the guy at Hex Toys, is it Hex Toys who gave him all that money? And I'm like going, what's going on here? Because I mean, apart from the fact 1/3 goes to like YouTube anyway. I looked at Hex Toys' account, and it's just like a small account. There were 1,000 subscribers. Only got 7 videos. Something weird's going on there, bro. Who wouldn't want to give? Listen, the people that want to give money to Time Moose Lives, probably, they want to big him up and get their message read out. And that's fine for normal people, giving a £5 here, a £10 there. But the real big ones, like 300 quid, and True Geordie gave him £100. But obviously, True Geordie's got a bit of cash, but he's a cuckold NWA plant as well. So there's some questions there, mate. Larry Jablinski, I'm at uni now, and the level NPC thing is, I mean, it's and do you know what NPCs? This is what's right. This is what's wrong. There's no room for discussion. And they'll find the most convoluted arguments just to get away from thinking. Actually, maybe I've got it wrong. They're just boom, programmed, complete retards, idiots, and it's frightening how easy people can be indoctrinated. But then it's no different from what's happening in the rest of the world. For years we in Europe were indoctrinated to kill each other. With wars to benefit who? The banks, the elitists, the politicians. And we're indoctrinated to hate and think it's glorious to go to war. Think about that every time you see this, one of the memorials. It all makes me shed tears, blood. All those names of people that have died and the same families. And it goes the glorious dead who gave their lives. I mean, for what? For bank, for money, for power. It's horrible. So the indoctrination has been going on for years. It's just now it just defies logic. Favorite underrated Larry again. My favorite underrated fight is Mike McCallum. Yeah, very, very, very good. Very good. Yeah, he messed up Watson. Yeah. Okay, Kevin N. Thanks for the super shekel. Joe Johnson's involved secret side stuff like what? I have a video that I need to make. There is some symbolism in some of the stuff he does. I'll give you a clue though. It's family orientated. Okay, so and I'll do a video on this. All right. Mr. Charles, hello. I have been watching the Wakusa Parade massacre trial. I swear the defendant has been mind controlled. The White Dogs in the George Adewale Bangle. Yeah, I haven't been watching that trial. It seemed to be memory hold. Has it been mind controlled? Yeah, a lot of these guys that go on these killing sprees, serial killers, school shootings, all these things have been mind controlled, and all the signs are there. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Oh, talk about good fights. T-Bone, yeah. How can I forget Gatti Ward? I mean, I remember I was sitting there going, man, I don't know how I can justify boxing. Biggest fight of all time. Charlie Z vs. Slugger Mario. I've not watched it. I don't know who Slugger Mario is. But he did fight a real pro fight, Charlie Z, the Z-Man. It was against a Bond who had never won a fight. It was a journeyman. And he battered the Z-Man in a round, I think. Mr. Larry Zablinski. Yeah, I have a lot of good friends. The second you start talking about being a C19 ascetic, people think, yeah, that's insane. I have opened people's minds up though. There are people that haven't had their minds open. Like I was needed something wrong in this world, right? And people would tell me stuff sometimes, and I'd be like, oh, that's interesting. But basically, I just want to crack on my life, do well in my life, which is what you're programmed to do, or think you do. But once I got red pills very quickly. Once I looked at a couple of vids, and I was like, damn, and then boom. How people can not look at a video of WTC7 and also passports that don't burn and not question the narrative. It's just crazy, man. Cheers. Charlie Z is Campbell's hands of candy floss hat next. It's probably too dangerous. Brian, my boy Brian. Andrew Holly, that was the guy. That was the guy he fought. I don't think he won a fight. Anyway, he stopped the Z-Man in a round. It was pathetic, really. That whole Z-Man thing is just bizarre. I don't understand. If he was a plant and NW and Illuminati, a lot of people are saying it. What was he achieving? Apart from distraction, I guess. But, I mean, or maybe they were testing something, see how much we could get people obsessed with some utter nonsense like this. There's definitely some agenda behind that. It's just what it was, I've reached the bottom. It's very rare. Okay, Play Styles. I didn't get. Yeah, what up, Play Styles? I think it's the first time I've seen you tonight, or at all. I mean, unless you change your name. Fury is PEDs after Paul showing his Ottawa-Wallin HDH. I had someone else say he was on the HDH. I mean, he's definitely done something. What I will say is it's quite weird with Tyson because his body never looks good, except Steve Cunningham. Look at the Steve Cunningham fight. I don't know why he didn't stick with whatever drugs or what he was doing then because his body looked so solid and somewhat athletic. I mean, not ripped, but that was a weird one. His poor showing of his Ottawa-Wallin, I don't agree with that poor showing. It's just that it's a very bad cut, and he's got to protect it, and that's got to freak you out. And the blood gets you in the eye. Also, he had that fake trainer. What's his name? That boxer-sized Ben in his corner. Yo, is everyone? No one's got nothing more to say. Come on, blood. Let's have. Oh, here we go. There we go. Cal, cheers. Did you say, were you from Ireland? Is that right? I can't remember. I've got a lot of Irish fans. Although they don't make a big percentage of the. If I look at the data in the admin tool, they don't make a big percentage, but there's always lots of them on, so they're very faithful. What is it lined up for the Ting? Yeah. No one lined up for Dr. Mengele. The point is, was Dr. Mengele real? What I mean is he's also a real person, but what really went on, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, back in the day on East Side Boxing, when Zellenol first set out, they did online radio, and it was hilarious. Stacey Goodson brought the Z-Man to Arkansas. Oh, you're from back in the day, blood. I remember that dead days, bro. Yeah, I used to post on that. I was a well-known poster. That's crazy, blood. Yeah, you got my Insta, man. We can talk about it on that. All right? But I was a well-known poster on that. Oh, man. I was at work. I just do my work. I didn't bragging, but I got really good at it with experience. I don't know. And I just spent half the time on East Side Boxing. Mad days, man. Before Facebook and all that thing. Canon, what mobile phone you got? Is there one where you get one which doesn't chat listen to you? The old Nokia phone that was shut down. No. I mean, I know that. Look, even Ted Kaczynski, you get everything, and that was back in the day. They could still find him. So, and unless you're gonna, we want to stay as anonymous as possible, but they can find us on it somewhere. We just have to be a bit careful. Sometimes I just think, come and get me, man. I'll defend myself in court. That's right, Brian. We'll talk about that too, man. That's quite mad. That's mad, man. Mad days. There's some mad. Do you remember some of the posters? Widow Taker 40. Do you remember Widow Taker 40? The poster. He was a fake ghetto guy. You remember that? What's that guy? Something Paul. Criminal. Something Paul. He was a wigger. He was a white guy, but he loved black women. Something Paul. Blood. So long ago, man. All Nouveau's can't remove battery. Is that strange? Yeah, they'll surely find some excuse. Probably new. Yeah, I'm sure you did, bro. There's also, oh man, I'm gonna have to think about Widow. Yeah, that's Widow Taker 40. You remember them days, bro? I used to troll that biatch. Man, this is crazy. I'm almost like bringing back good memories because that was fun days. The internet was more free then, man. We used to drop torrents at work, man, and then play games online at work and stuff like that. And because no one knew nothing then, and it wasn't censored. It was mad days, man. Yeah, I kind of miss those days, but it's always going to happen that we get to where we were, man. What's that guy? Honest Paul, the wigger. You remember? Pizza Man. I haven't thought about this for like 20 years almost, bro. But Pizza Man, Honest Paul, Widow Taker. El Gringo. You remember El Gringo? Yeah, man. Just signed up to Cash App. Sent you a Lady Godiva. They took the cash, so it should be coming your way till B. And you should get a tenner. I'll use your link, bro. Thank you, bro. I hope you got the tenner too. Make sure you got the tenner. I will check that. Usually I had my iPad here. I was going to check it up, but I left it. So, but thank you, bro. Thank you so much. That is sweet to my boy. Without further ado, Retro, for giving that thing. That's great, man. I'll have a look. I just make sure that you get your tenner too. Yeah. If it doesn't work, then I had another guy that contacted them and said, "Hey, you didn't catch my referral link. I meant to use this," and they credit him. But hopefully, you got your tenner too, bro. Tell me. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. T-Bone, Romford or Basildon? Is that a general question to where? I don't know what that question is. Which is better? I don't really know either, really, that much. They're quite rough. I mean, I don't know, man. I like friendly little places, man. Who's the guy that's in there with a pro hammering Hank someone, Caleb Booty? I can't remember that story. I can vaguely remember that. I can vaguely, but if you're talking about East Side, it was nuts those days, man. Crazy days. And that wasn't even like, this was just a small boxing forum, But the whole internet was completely different kind of fish, bro. But obviously, the powers that be. See, I don't think the powers that be planned the internet. I think it came out organically. I think. And so they were taken. They can't control and plan everything. Yeah, they can't micromanage everything. So I think they were taken by surprise. And they were always going to take it over. But in the early days, it was kind of free, man. Like a lot of things. It's not giving me a tenner yet. Say that I had to send a $5, and I just have link a new account, which haven't been tomorrow. Let me have a look, because if you use my account, I'll have that tenner as well. So if not, and then all you've got to do is give them the referral ID. So yeah, I'll put a reminder. Yeah, just drop me a comment on one of my videos, the one I'm going to upload today. If you haven't got it tomorrow, and I'll say give them this referral link, and they'll do it without further ado. Retro cash app. Thanks, brother. But yeah, we'll sort it out, bro. Thanks. Back in the day, my boy Mark just had to get my gamble on, but rejected the 1K. That's a bloody cut. Serious? You're gonna put a K on? What'd you gamble on, bro? Did you gamble on like poker? Because I had guys that claimed they won a lot of money on live poker, but I think they were probably lying, or they just remember a few big wins. I used to keep a spreadsheet of all my bets. So I knew exactly the profit and loss. You never lie to yourself if you've got a brain, and you keep all the data. And intuitively is always wrong, because sometimes you intuitively think, oh yeah, I'm definitely up on this, and then you put together data, you're like, oh, okay, Mark, Santander protecting your boy, yeah. Blackjack multi. Now blackjack's actually got the best winning margin of any casino game. I've played when I've gone to casinos with friends. I ain't into it. I played and I've won a bit. I mean, not a lot. Just that's the game that I play because it's easy as well. But do you play it live? Is it real traders or is it just computerized? I mean, the thing is, the game you can really make it on is blackjack when you're playing against other people. Is that right? I believe so. Anyway, yeah, 1K. How did you do it for the buzz or the winnings or just boredom? Do you get a drink? If I want to get a drink on, maybe you're a bit bored. Okay, I've got 40 people left. Okay, I'm not saying I'm closing right now, but it's 2 hours. I was going to make myself some Hungarian goulash, but it was a bit late for that. I might close up soon, actually. It's 2. I'm going to take the dog out just for like 2 minutes to take a dump and then maybe eat something. So, yeah, I think I'll probably close down. The chat seems to be closing down. So, okay. Unless we'll close the show in the winter. No. I think it's all a farce. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how that's going to end, that scenario. But whatever way, it's going to benefit them and not us. Well, I really gamble these days, to be honest. Good. You just got a casino that don't like being around other gamblers and most of the degenerates. Yeah, it's good to get away from degenerates. You know what? I think I don't want to be a pub psychologist, but I bet, it sounds like you had a good time in Scotland and you filled your lungs with air and met nice people and cycled and you come back to your crib and you're like blood clot. That was a nice time and breathing good air and now you got your drink on a bit and you're like, you know what? I want escapism, I want a buzz, so I'm going to do some gambling. But yeah, the K is quite serious money to gamble. I mean, as long as you can afford it, it doesn't matter, right? All right, guys. A couple more questions and we'll probably close it up, yo. Missy Rara, cheers. Okay, I have what is that? There's something to be able to donate here. Follow your link to download the Cash App. Yes, it's in the description. This is how you get promotion. Is this how you get the promotional seconds you refer? Yes. Yeah, basically, I mean, again, I don't want to push this because this is another thing that's going to get rid of cash, but it is what it is. I mean, no one can give me cash or give me a postal order, can they? But there's a link there, and it's a specific referral link that's logged to the Triple B account. And when you sign up, and it takes 2 minutes, basically you don't have to use your real name. You can use Missy Rara, and then once you sign up through that link, you move a $5. It doesn't have to be to me, but if it is to the Triple B, then cool. Then I will get the Triple B account will get a tenner, and you will get a tenner. So you actually make £5. Does that make sense? So you don't you make £5 and Till B makes your donation plus a tenner, so 15. But you don't have to give me the 5. You give the 5 to someone else if they're on Cash App. But you know what I'm saying. Whatever happens, we both end up. Only by a little bit, but a few shekels help. A fiver would pay for what the dog food for like almost a week. You get me? So. And D. And what's Dharma? It's a wrong. Yeah, I'm fascinated by Dharma. Fascinated because you look at the interviews. You seem so intelligent and reasonable. Yeah, I only drilled ahead of them and poured acid in their head because I didn't want them to leave. It's a shame he got killed by that ghetto degenerate because he would have been interesting to keep an eye on. He liked brown men like Sam Stroller as well. I guess you have Netflix. I refuse to have that. But I actually would have liked to have looked at that show. Sam, get your food on, man. Need nourishment, real food. Yeah, I make some good food. I made a jambalaya yesterday. Hey, I want to make a Hungarian goulash today. AJ is the biggest forward in boxing. Gay J is the biggest batty man's in boxing. My boy Dancing Brave. My pal lost £500 on bookies on roulette. Maximum £2 spin. He wasn't happy, so went back after closing. But oh, blood clot. To call a loss. Yeah. I mean, it's not really Betfred's fault, but it's quite funny anyway. Blood clot. Savage gentleman. You mentioned the colour purple in one of your videos. Day after I had a Prince on Purple Rain. Hidden in plain sight. Yeah. It's, the guy, Neil Baker, I think. So you've been talking about it, yeah? And you mentioned it with the Crash of the Shield fight. It's for the Queen that died. Purple's the raw colour. What's the other one? The Elizabethan belt, that nonsense they brought up. They use purple all the time, in the shows and the lighting. And yeah, the two people that and he said like the one who looking at purple are going to win, and Shields had some purple and he had purple underwear and the Baumgartner as well. So I don't know. These are signs of. And it was Aljamain Sterling was wearing purple. He won this weekend, but I don't know. But certainly for the Elizabethan belt thing. Mark £5. Thank you, brother. Another £5. Find a bit of shekel love. Seen you 70 grand. Really, thanks, brother. Give me, thanks. I'm glad. I hope I get you entertained anyway. And yeah, Santander didn't want to give that grand to you. Yeah, but anyway, I feel you, man. I feel you. It's Sunday night. The world is whacker than ever. And you came down from a good weekend, blood. Savage Jam, last verse song. If you know what I'm talking about, come on, raise your hand. Purple rain, purple rain. Only on if I can't remember. Purple. I don't know. I have to look at the lyrics again. I can't remember. Till B. Ever thought of becoming the second channel like cooking? What's cooking with a Till B? Yes, I have. As we said before, I've actually been writing some notes for it. The thing is, I've got about that many videos that I haven't done. I want to get this bang on. Get the Patreon or whatever, the Rumble thing, so that I can do some Red Pill videos. And I want to do some cooking. I've been writing some scripts and stuff I've done. I don't know, I mean, like I said, this has to be my main focus. This is the Red Pill. This will be my main focus. The Red Pill will be second. The cooking will be a third thing. But if I can release, a couple of videos a week, yeah, I guess it might do nothing. It might be interesting to have a different take, because most food channels, just people saying how great it is. And this is what you do. And there's no humor in that stuff. Simply bring some humor to the table. But yeah, thanks, brother. It'll be a couple of weeks, but yes, I've decided myself. I've been listening to my should be investing in keeping my favorite YouTube channel, my favorite content creator. Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I hope you have a good night, and I hope the life goes well. It's just tough out there, bro, and it's tough out there. Like people forget, considering what's going on, the sickness out there, man. It's hard life. Get yourself an Android, okay. You got everything on it till B, Box Manager, Premier Games will work. An Android box, okay, I'll have a look at that. Well, let me write this down. I hope I look at my notes. I'm one of these guys that writes lists of notes but never looks at them again. That's why I got so many videos I've made. Android box. Okay, that sounds kind of interesting. What, you just plug it into your TV? I mean, or your PC? Your broadband? I have a look at it anyway. I don't really watch Illuminati TV, normal TV. Sorry, bro. Hillary Clinton used to wear purple a lot, especially before killing Gaddafi, as she's wearing all. Yeah, it definitely says something. I mean, these all do. You think, oh, you're just reading too much. Shut up, man. All these things done in public, anything, magazine shoots, things, they say all this, they all have symbols and meaning. Symbols, meanings, and rituals have always had a meaning. What? They don't now? Nonsense. Thank you, love. I hope you're well. Be good. Mark. Dancing Ray. Mark. You misspelled Mark, bro. Mick. Just put that ground on West Ham tomorrow because they'll beat Bournemouth lump on. Okay. I'm going to have a look at the odds. But I don't bet a lot of money. Like I said, I'm £700 up in profit this year. The last week has not been good, but I'm still 700 up. You know, I was up to about 850, and then I dropped. But this is part of betting. Anyway, look, West Ham to win. Let's see what the odds are. See it. I'm gonna have to take Tyson the dog out. Oh yes. I need to find myself. I'm making a bolognese at 11:50 or something like. I need to find myself a nice virtuous Christian wife. Could be nice. That's right, man. So, don't we all, bro? By the way, did you see the when I told you about how to make a real bolognese? You know, go to it's called just search. I forget the name. Authentic Italian bolognese, and they've got an official organization for food in Bologna that has the exact way to make it. It's just nuts. It's really, really different dish than the crap they make. It's just rich. It's slightly creamy. You don't have any spices though. It's quite interesting. Very meaty. Yeah, have a look at that. So I hope you're making that dish, blood. And yeah, hopefully you can find a woman to make it for you. Oh shit, blood clot. Comments back on. That's what I'm talking about. Bang Daddy Paddy says good salmon liarship. He's not the biggest, but he's a great little worker. Blood clot. I know you're not talking about my Corey side. That's creepy. I've got 2 more players on fantasy football. They're probably Bucks betting, so I never bet against them. Okay. Jason L. Attacks from every angle. It seems like they attack a lot from behind in the UK. UK Fury look crazy in front of everybody like it's nothing. Yeah, the UK have always got off on us on being eccentric and a bit nuts. You know, we want to do more Charlie than you, more drink than you. You know, invade more countries than you. So they know that. Then police audits a class. Is this on TV or something? Someone tell me. I don't know about that one. Stan, you're talking about the Android box. Plug it into your Wi-Fi and Android box. You need something that's techie to upload TV and cinema apps. They're all worth the money. I paid £40 with it all ready to go. Can you get it online like eBay or something like that? You know, I'm a neat man. I don't have no friends to get it done. Huh? So I asked you a dumb question. I should ask you because I haven't got Cash App. Wait, sorry. And would be down in. Sorry, start again. Sorry to ask dumb question there. I'm just making sure it's TBVH, to be very something honest. Yeah, I haven't got Cash App and would be down in specifically donate this channel. You, yeah, ask the question. I mean, absolutely. You don't need to use it again. You know, not really funny, man. I don't think you should stay on the. You can cash out your dealer. That's what it'll be useful. But yeah, it's just linked to your debit card, and that's it. You can use your own name. I mean, you don't have to use your own name. You use a made-up name, and all you do, and you can receive money, send money, but whichever way, if you never use it again, you'll still have made £5 and made £50 for the triple B. Huh? So you'll be £5 up and donating to the triple B. So I know you've got your YAYO on, so do it after the come down, whatever, man. I don't want to encourage you to do drugs anyway. So, yes, triple B had the £10 back. Oh, cool. Put in the bank. Confirm this link works. Both quizzes. G Unit. Where you at, Bengal G14? Show me the money. Thank you, brother. That's what I'm talking about, Missy. You see? To my boy. Oh, yeah. Sorry. To my boy, without further ado, we've done the same thing. So you got the £10 back. £10 a trip, and he showed me £5. Darcy Ray, West Ham at 1-2. Okay. Score any time. Bowen score any time. I don't know enough about football, so I might put a small bet on just because it's a tip. Oh, Missy Rock. Great name, Sister Adam. I thought so too. What's cooking with a triple V? I'm going to write that down, bro. I needed some more paper. I haven't got more paper, you know, apart from the Queen, which we defaced. Okay, so, sorry, what would I be writing down? What's cooking with a triple B? Yeah, I think that's cool, man. The thing is, right, once you start channels, you've got to put something into it. Otherwise, you know, if you start to lose faith, you start a channel and you don't keep it up. Like Typho had a Patreon, and he used to upload old videos at the beginning. They were cool, right? So he'd been banned, but he kind of let it drop. And, you know, he had all these ideas to have like a Skype, and he never did them. I did subscribe, but you know, in the early days it was quite good because you get old videos that you still watch again. But you got to keep these things up. That's the point. What's cooking with Triple B? I like that. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it for about another 2. I still got to get the merch done properly. If you look at the description, you can see how things are going. Okay. Police audits. Basically, some bloke for film police station, and then put the police reaction on YouTube. Check out AB's channel. Well, Agent Broner. I've got to eat something, bloods. But I can't eat whilst I got my fun set. Online should be. There's people on YouTube that show how to upload step by step. Thank you. That's Android box. Yeah, of course. My boy Adam D. I want my boy Triple to shine. Thank you, bro. Much love. Oh, blood clot. My Irish brother, Bertie Ahan. Shalom, Triple. Top of the morning to you. Chuck you all out, brother. Shane Bongo's in the house again with his slightly Masonic £3.33. Shane has been very generous. He's like right up there in the charts that are going to be released for the big Triple B donors. Yes, brother. Thank you. I hope you're well, brother. I was no live is without change. There's so many good guys I'd have to mention, man. We need all the guys on the live. The lives cheer me up. I sound so. No, I mean, you've got better life than than the Triple B, the neat life. Did you watch my Triple Bateman video? TV, do batty business. I haven't seen TV before. I don't know if you're insulting me. Let's wait and see. Maybe that's the new Wang Chai. AV wears mask. He isn't the man you can trust. No mask ever. You want to go to the triple Bateman. The fat long night contemplating going to rehab. Tell us that was the records that I've made of my family and personal life. Listen, now's not the time to think about that, right? Really, given that you've just picked up. I mean, I'm not an expert, but you know, I've been there and that. Now's not the time. Tomorrow you'll feel rubbish. Rehab doesn't really work, unfortunately. It's based on a false premise as well. Okay? Rehab is the biggest fraud of all to get money out of people. And the so-called 12 steps is nonsense. I did a video about how ridiculous it was. Backed with what's it called, papers written about what an embarrassment it is with data. So rehab doesn't work. However, that doesn't mean I used to go to a detox place, not detox chemical. You know, it's a bit of a fraud. It's like detox would go into a place in the country and you take juices and you eat healthy food all the time. And I read books and that was all right. But the point is when you get back to the real world, it's easy to fall off. I once fell off 2 days afterwards, but usually I'd keep clean for a bit. I don't know. There's no easy way, man. You got to go the hard way, to be honest. I'm sorry, bro. That's something to it, man. Shout out to Missy Rara. All the best. Like, yeah. You know, all behind you, man. You give a lot of value to this community. Serious. So, and it's tough, man. But many people here would have been there. Okay? So we understand. I mean, I got away. I mean, it's hard because you got the numbers. I don't know if you got friends you do with it because they'll pull you back in, and you have to break down friendships. It's really tough. It has to be you have to somehow find out. Like, okay, I don't want to. I'll tell you what helped me. Okay, I can just tell you what helped me. When I saw the light and became a Christian, that's what helped me. I just asked for some help through prayer and I got it, and that's what I can tell you. A lot of people aren't going to believe that. You might not be ready for that pill, but I'm not that happened for me, man. It was quite magical, to be honest. But it doesn't mean that I don't slip. But what I haven't with the YAYO, but anyway, I'm going to do videos on this for the other channels because this is a heavy topic. There's a bossy channel, y'all. Oh, my voice said again, 33. Did you have Tourette's and press it twice? You had no message there, but thank you, brother. Of course, a man has to stay on. 2.5 hours, blood. Yeah, I'm going to have to eat late, I guess. Forget about it. I might make some hot dogs. I do like hot dogs with the really yellow mustard, And I found some big Dino's ones are quite good. Well, there's some, I mean, they're a bit processed. I understand. They're kind of like a guilty pleasure. You feel me? Stewie's gone away and probably hang out in the pub because, blood clot, you're still on, my man, dedicate. I just get into this. This is my main bit of interaction. I go to the pub, even not drinking. But I talked to a couple of normies, and there is a couple of red pill people in the pub, but this is my main bit of interaction. So I'm a dealer. Don't take that out. He will, unfortunately, he will. The relapse rates from rehab are extremely high. Yeah. I'm not saying no go, but it's not much go. It's I think it's a bit of a scam, honestly. And a lot of these guys in rehab, they get high all the time, and especially the worst one is that well-known one. What's it called? That place in London. They always bring it up. The Priory is what is the biggest scam of all. They're all doing drugs and screwing, and they always quote that in papers. Oh, they're going to go to the Priory like it's some magical place. You know what's happening there. It's a big business, and they're bigging them up. It's another scam. I don't think this is a boxing show. Yeah, that's right, blood. Oh, this is the TV. I'm suspicious. The best on YouTube, bruv. Okay, brother. Maybe Mark agrees with Sylvie's nicest. Thank you. I've read some papers, and I mean academic papers. Let me tell you. I'll just give you a little bit of it, right? Obviously, it's a boxing channel, but boxing is a microcosm of the world. There's plenty of drug addiction in boxing. So, you know what? They did a number of studies. This is not just one study on AA, right? This is a proper academic study. Okay. By the way, AA was set up by the secret society, which would be no surprise to anyone. Okay. And there's humiliation rituals and that, which you have to tell everyone. That's another video. It's a boxing channel right here. But okay, they did some analysis, and you know what the data was? Okay, people that stay clean for 1 year after entering AA, guess how many? 8%. 8%. People that have no help whatsoever, they don't use any psychotherapy, no medicine, no AA, nothing. They get clean, the addicts. Their success rate, 8%. What does that tell you? It tells you that it doesn't help you one bit. And there are people there who go, oh, it saved my life. No, it didn't save your life. You saved your life. I mean, there are bits of it that I don't mind. I think having a bit of friends who are in it and stuff is all right. But if you look deeper into it, it's a fraud and a scam. I would like to say, Missy, instead of thinking how hard it is when you have great, think of the great thing you come after. Sometime you don't remember how it was better without it. Yeah, them tricks can work, but they don't always work because the craving is so difficult. But the cravings go after time. I think a month is the craving. Then you get no cravings. Then it's more psychological, man. Symptoms cancer rate Shane says, listen, man. Well, yeah, everyone I know, and a lot of died of cancer, died like between 2 and 5 years after having treatment. Even when they were, and I know people that have taken, I know especially one woman took she was told at 35 she had 2 years to live, or they could try and extend it to 5 with all this therapy. She had young kids. She thought, no, I don't want my kids to see me that. So she looked into it and said, no, I refuse to do any of this. And did a completely natural, all diet-based, okay, and health-based stuff. And she's the youngest looking woman I know. She's 50 now, and disappeared. It's to do with things like sugars are really bad for. I can't go into it in detail, but yeah, absolutely. Everyone that I know that's gone into chemotherapy has got killed by it by the looks of things. And what's the ultimate we're into about Hulk Hogan's degenerate life, drugs, yo-yo wife, something? No, but any of those entertainment guys are always going to get into that stuff. Always going to get into that stuff, because they're all addicted to drugs, encourage degeneracy, they're narcissists. Yeah, but look at many of your funds, and your funds will come over and start you building that channel, man. You can build it, not primarily, maybe the entertainment value goes, yeah, I hope so. I think so. It's in the future, you get me? At this moment, I've got to get it, all the things I've got to do, the Patreon or the Rumble, the merch line, and to get it rolling, not get taken down. And then I can start, and the Red Pill channel has to be next because that's very important. It's not for money, this thing. Certainly didn't start off for money before. Now it's become a community, but it's about speaking the truth and opening people's eyes on it, or knowing who are on side. So that I don't need that much money, man. I don't need much money, man. So for the NHS, I don't necessarily rate private doctors anymore. The whole medical industry is fraudulent. America's the worst one. All the doctors are is they are basically business consumer salesmen. Okay, that's all they are. Especially GPs, business to consumer salesmen for the pharmaceutical industry, even the NHS. What do you got a problem? Here, I'll write your script. Sick, man. My boy Mark who gave me £10 now. He luckily didn't spend $1,000 on the old gambling thing. I wrote a master's uni dissertation, alcohol and other drugs, recovery pathways. So I studied this a lot. Right. Super. So can you give us what is the most successful route? Let's say that, man. But I hope Porky will take this advice also. I pray for Porky and hope he gets better. All these guys, but even for Spencer Fearon, I hope he gets away from his narcissistic lifestyle and finds something true. Finds a light. Really, I know. They should pray for your enemies, and that it's hard sometimes. And there has to be justice, because if people that have done wrongs to you, they also do wrongs to other people. So there needs to be some justice as well, some consequences. However, ultimately, you hope these people get better. Dale Baker in the house. I heard a doctor say 93% of people have chemo don't survive. No profit in the cure. Right, thank you. Yeah. There's pharmaceutical industries don't want to kill nothing. They just want to treat you. And if you buy their products, they're private companies, make billions in profit. And they are the most criminal enterprises of them all. If you see, here, Pfizer, billions upon billions of money in fines. And that's only the people that have actually gone, who have taken them to court, who have questioned them. Think about all the other people suffering, How many times have you taken a company to court? I have, once. But most people haven't, and it's a hard thing. So just think about what they're getting away with as well. It's sickening. We needed that little musket. We definitely needed some gay J philosophy. Don't let success, as Gage says, don't let success get to your head or failure get to your heart in it. Also, it's better to be a gardener in a gay club, in the RVT, an uphill gardener, than it is to be a warrior, isn't it? Oh, bless you. No problem, Trippy. It's difficult, man. At least, there. It's a tough one, man. Life, but good luck. Dr. Sevi, something else I got to put down. I've got so much to remember here. I bet I don't even look any of it up. I've got to really interest me in all this stuff. My voice saying Bongos in the house again. That's 333s. You'll give me some vibes, secret society vibes, bro. Thank you. No messages, give me a message anyway. Good to see you, Shane, my man. I hope you're well, brother. I hope you're real. Take that red pill. Bertie Ahern goes 10 years behind door film by Porky cinemas next. Yeah, what is it? It's a film of him doing cold turkey, staring himself in the mirror, talking to himself to get all them people back who done me wrong, as he said in one of his videos, and then getting back on a skag, because prison's full of drugs, man. Those people go in prison and come out with a habit. Doctors are by far the biggest drug dealers in the world. They're all exactly as I say. The business consumer for the pharmaceutical industry, which, by the way, has drugs like fentanyl, OxyContin, Vicodin, which are worse than street drugs. With the real Slim Shady, with the real Triple V, please stand up. With the real Emperor Michael, please stand up and tell us if you're in Eritrea or not. I mean, ultimately, it's a cliche, but it's true. Eat healthy, live healthy, look into natural cures, and pray that you don't really need much medical help. Absolutely, you know. And I wish I knew this. I'm lucky to have found that out, yeah, and still been alive, you know. But so many good people have died because of that. Mishirara, AA, step 5. I don't remember what it was. Tell me what it was. Tell me if you've done a psychedelics by the bloke who came up with the program, whatever. Yeah, it's very dodgy, the background of the guys that set it up, man. With a real Emperor Michael from Eritrea, please stand up and tell us if you're in Porky's bang up. Damn. Oh, Mark knows some things, man. That's for social bonding theory in a Christian context. Okay. My proposal is if people believe in, belong to, are attached to, and are committed to a pro-social thing in West Valley Church, listen to, they are less likely to engage in AOD abusive behaviors. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, logically, right? I found strong evidence to suggest that community and spiritual benefits from church fellowships can reduce abusive behavior. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go back to the old Amish thing, and you know, and you know, I don't know if it's the perfect life for everyone, but there's community, sense of community, strong bonds, living in a nice environment, you know, and having something bigger than just like consumerism, hedonism. They're one of the biggest problems: consumerism and hedonism. Oh, you know about Bill W? Yeah, I think he's a wrong one though. Read any philosophy to read? No, I have done in the past, not anymore. I mean, what? You don't need to read philosophy, man. You just look online. I mentioned what individuals say. Philosophers, you know, they're a bit pretentious and they write books. I mean, the worst ones are the psychologists, guys like Nietzsche and Jung, wrote utter nonsense. You know, Nietzsche, was it Nietzsche? Yeah, I think it was Nietzsche who said, you know how religion started? Yeah, there were these people, and just think about this, right? There were these people, and they were jealous of the father figure who ruled the tribe, so they murdered him. And then they felt guilty about murdering him. So then they made a totem pole, which they started to worship. And that's how religion started. I mean, why, can you imagine? This is seriously taught in universities. As a potential theory of why religion started. I mean, can you imagine anything as nuts? Where all these disparate people everywhere all murdered their father and worshipped the totem pole. Come on, blood. He's a degenerate drug addict anyway. Yeah, which I washed up into a rock. Oh, are you on the pipe as well? Oh, my boy T-Bone. 25 years clean and sober. Bill never said that. Never said what? Are you referring to the psychedelics? Okay. Well done on being 25 years sober. Very well done. That's all I can say. What did you use? What helped for you, man? It's good to know. I mean, like I said, the video I did on the AA on the old channel, and I'm going to redo in some ways, says that if you're aware, you can get some things out of AA to help. Yeah, the community a bit, just having somewhere to get some stuff off your chest. But be aware of the pitfalls. Don't believe all the cultic bullshit about the book and this, that. Oh, it says in the book and all this kind of stuff. And it's essentially very flawed. Don't go telling everyone all your secrets. Don't go with that deep soul cleanse. You know, that nonsense. But it doesn't mean that being part of the community and being able to get a bit off your chest, being listened to, and things like that can work. But just don't get deep into it because it's nonsense, man. Not to ourselves, T-Bone, right. Thank you, good. I'm glad you said that, you know, because I think it's nonsense. I got to do jury service in Norwich Crown Court next morning. Never done it before. I'm going to say not guilty no matter what. Set up for Corey business. Yeah, unless they're like a wrong and a nonce or something like that. Yeah, you know what? I find it quite weird because the jury, it's a 12 people system. You judge, but they must be so guided by the judge and by people because, you know, how easy is it to have 12 people to agree to the same thing in any context? I've always found it weird. I was asked to do jury service once, and I said no. All right, Chippy has to eat. Talk about philosophy and birdie. A lot of it's whack for real. Paradoxical writing is supposed to be funny. I mean, a lot of these guys are drug addicts, degenerates anyway. Nietzsche as well. And that psychology is different, but yeah, I mean, and a lot of people they just do too much drugs, and do you know what? And ruminating all the time about theories and philosophies that are not necessarily provable, and pontificating about stuff. You never get anywhere, do you? Philosophy don't get you anywhere, does it? My boy Mark. Yeah, but no, it's very interesting to talk to you because also you know about the addiction scenarios. The book was written in the 30s. I understand the human brain and addictions come a lot since then. It's not, yeah. The problem is, AA was the first mover, the first one, and they're established and they're free and they're everywhere. And I started going some time ago, and I was like, this just seems wrong, but I'm so desperate. And they keep on telling me it works. And even like normies would say, oh, but it definitely works. I go, I don't know, man. I said, listen, bro, I've been in them stupid ass rooms, and there's guys that off their nut, and there's always a cop out. Oh, well, they obviously weren't doing the program properly. That's what they'll say. Well, let me tell you the Triple B program. Don't touch. Don't pick up, and you'll stay sober. Oh, what if you do? You haven't followed the Triple B program right. That's why it didn't work. And with the real emphatic, please stand up, and tell us if you're in Porky's bang up. Tell us. The community want to know. Where are you, Emperor? Yes. Saying, well, go on, man. You're trying to keep me online, bro. You're in the 77th. You're very suspicious, man. Trying to keep me online. Thank you for the cash money. I mean, it's nuts, man. Like I said, the 33 is disappointing me. You can't give me £3.32 or £3.34. And, thank you, man. I don't want to say, but, it's very generous of you. You don't have to, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to send a shekel back, am I? But you can't buy me. Just need money to feed the dog. Dancing Brave. I used to work there. I enjoyed the girls like Triple B's. What, Norwich? Yeah, some of them places, man. I mean, the thing is, people say, this, that, and the other. The girls are really up for it. Man, the girls are up for it everywhere in the UK, certainly, blood. And, obviously some countries are culturally not. You went to Chechen or Dagestan, the girls ain't going to be down with that. That's a cultural thing, but trust me, man. I don't know. Blood clot. I don't know, man. It doesn't matter where I went, man. There was pum pum. I picked up pum pum in villages where there's like 3 people, or 3 girls. I mean, who are of the right age. Yeah. Should we got some pum pum? Small village. I'm not hating on A. It's not for everyone. I'm on your side, man. I'm saying it's utter nonsense. It's fraudulent. It doesn't work. I'm just saying, for the people, some people go, I save my life, I save my life. I don't believe so. I think they save their own life by their willingness to stop. They'll get a couple things off A, but following those books and the steps is utter nonsense. And it's psychologically unsound in many ways. You know what they said? Many times you hear, make sure you get a black suit because if you're going to a lot of funerals. I was like, what the blood clot? Because loads of people suicide because there's so much pressure. In fact, I would say AA does more damage than it does good, without a doubt. So forget it, man. It is a terrible model for rehab. It really is awful. So I'm with you, bro. But it had to come out from with a real Emperor Michael. Please stand up and tell us if you're in Porky's bang up. Blood clot. Some good sorts in Norwich. Everywhere there's good sorts, bro. Apart from, I don't know, man. I wonder who's got the worst sorts. Wow. And wherever there's white women, there's going to be sorts, blood. Put it that way, yeah? Dancing. Dancing. One girl paid for my taxi home. What, Norwich? Blood clot! You serious, man? Back in the day, man. Triple B would be online on Chainline booking Norwich, blood. I ain't like that. T-Bone. First 17 minutes in Bristol sat with the Quakers and 600s. Interesting. Interesting. And there's often been a lot of Christian charities behind the temperance movement, the non-drinking. Yeah. Shame. I'm not going to put that up, blood. Well, didn't Michael go missing the same time Triple B took a month off? What do you mean double B? So you're not talking about Triple B. You missed the B, blood. It was March the 5th, as far as I remember. The reason I know that date is because I murdered him and buried him in Porky's basement. Yeah, Porky and I were co-defendants for murdering Emperor Michael. No, the reason I remember March 5th because I looked the other day and his Twitter and Insta and videos just stopped, I think, on that date. But I don't know. I think I took time off in June. Huh? You got to go turn into the atheist experience. I'm not an atheist, I'm Christian, but yeah. And the red pill took me there, ultimately, because I realized all the predictions are coming true, man. Feminist women love Triple B. he's under the patio. Who's on the? Oh, yeah, my pal Fred West. Come and help me. Yeah, and Emperor Michael said, "Not neither. Emperor Michael's dead. He's locked in Porky's basement. Buried in Porky's basement. Porky ain't got the footwork to pull off a body." That's true. Yeah, absolutely not. Maximum Jenkins does, though. When did Porky and Maximum Jenkins start being friends? Okay, a couple more. Then till we got to go. 2:45. I got to go and take Tyson for a little dump. And I got to get some food on, blood. I need to time this better. Now that I know I do long, in the old day, when I get my drink on, I would only do an hour. But now I'm doing longer. I need to plan better. To have something to eat before. Okay, 2 more questions, then Trippy got a jet. So the wheel Emperor Michael from Edward Tway, please stand up. Okay, well, you're not going to get those questions. If you're not going to get those questions, I'll sign off. Okay. No. Okay, we got them questions. I just popped a red pill coming out hard. Sweet. Thing is, you don't need to pop. You only need to take one red pill. You just got to swallow it, digest it, and then you're done. There's only 2 gambling rehabs in GB. One in Beckenham, near Crystal Palace. The other Dudley Wolves. Do they know less than 20 people each? I think the thing about gambling is that gambling makes a lot of money for the big gambling companies. Okay, and tax, and they don't really. What does it do tax? Because remember they used to have 10% charge for tax. That's gone. I mean, on betting. But obviously, those companies will still pay their tax, but a lot of them are offshore. You know what? I'm thinking as we go, and I'm thinking, why would there no? Gambling is not taken that seriously as an addiction, really. Do you notice that? I'm getting tired, man. Red Rose, your short video on Ege was good. Please, my favorite song. It was funny though. Come on, man. Adam D, thanks for seeing the video of the chairs. Yes, brother. Great to see. Missy, not all addicts degenerates. There's so many good addicts, man. Yeah, it's a tough question to deal with. Mark, looking forward to the Groves Hearn and Bruce interview after. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that. Bertie says, peace out, Triple brother. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much for all the super shekels. Mark, great to hear you talk about addicts. Miss you, I hope you get better. All you guys, but yeah, and all them peeps. I can't remember them all. I didn't see Bill to Kill. Well done, Lee Talks Bossy. Good to see you as always. Thanks for the super chat. Again, I'm going to put these all together for a big thank you. And I want to know some Emperor Michael news. Let's have a look. And yeah, see you guys soon, man. Take care. Peace out. All right. Peace, Triple. Yes, brother. Good to tell you. One more. Chaos on Gambling Run Sports. That's why the advert is riddled with adverts. Yep, and apparently that's a lot to do with how they fix things. Peace out. I'm there. Thank you, brother. Kevin N. Again, thanks, Super. Goodbye to you, bro. Think works out. God bless. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. I'm ending now. It's been great. I really appreciate it. And keep. Black Uncle Tom just came on. What the fuck? This guy's been here 3 years. Must have made money tonight. Selling out. Selling out, I guess. Yeah. Maybe you should have listened to it, then you know I ain't selling out. So blood clot, you Black Uncle Thomas. Chippy, thank you. Yes, brother. We'll finish on a good night. See you all later, yeah? Be cool. Take care. And keep working hard. And I hope, Michelle, you sort yourself out. And let's say, I've got to reach another video tonight as well. Yeah, I gotta go. All right, take care, guys. Peace out. Peace in the Middle East.